Hey, we're in the building. What's going on, you nerds? You nerds. Football nerds. Hey, listen, that's not an insult. I'm a nerd right with you. You know what I mean? I'm a football nerd. Not in real life. Like, I'm not, we're talking football, okay? Because we're all nerds. I'm a nerd. You's a nerd. We are nerds. Because we're all nerds. Hey, the movie Good Burger. I'm a dude. He's a dude. She's a dude. Because we're You haven't seen a movie Good? Go watch the movie Good Burger. You owe it to yourself. Well, unless you're a grown man, then you don't. Well, even if you're a grown man, just whatever. Like all my Good Burger people, y'all know what I'm saying. But man, like all my football nerds, man, gather around. We are here. This is your channel. This is our sanctuary. This is where we meet up at to be nerds, to be football nerds. Okay, this is the greatest game the world have ever seen. Okay, and it's like one of our holidays. This is like like I said in the mock draft video. Okay, this is like watching new family members come into your family, right? It's like marrying like your new wife. You know, her family members, like they're like it's like two families coming together. You know what I mean? Or a kid being born into the family. Like you got a new kid or your new nephew or your new niece or your new son or your new daughter. It's like this new family member. It's that's what the draft is. Okay, we got these new people coming into this NFL family of ours. It's crazy. It's crazy. So yeah, it's one of our holidays, man. You know what I mean? So let's talk about it. Let's talk about, and then like all of these trades. I had to do my research because this is my first. I'm super into football, but like this is the first time I'm actually doing mock drafts and stuff. I'm like, has there what is the record for the amount of trades in a draft? And I didn't even know 2022 they had like bro, this was crazy. They had 8 trades in one draft. Like, I take that back. I take that back. I know that didn't sound right. 18, 18 in 2022. Because I'm like, all of these trades is going on. Like, it just kind of threw everything off. Because we had the mock draft, ESPN, and all of these other people. But that's why the mock draft is a mock draft. It's an assumption. We gather all of our little information and we know about the team, what they're trying to do, so we can kind of link them to that prospect that they might. Even though there was a lot of changes and there were a lot of trades, there wasn't any like really big moves. Like some team traded up like a lot of spots. Teams traded from like 23rd to number 20, like Dallas, like Cleveland. But then again, like I love doing this because I like how this draft went because it was smooth. The only person who I saw that really traded up big was Kansas City, right? Kansas City and Cincinnati. Cincinnati, no, the Giants. The Giants traded Dexter Lawrence to Cincinnati and got that number 10 spot. So I guess they trade. But I'm saying like teams that were already on the list, like on draft day, it wasn't big like Dallas, right? Dallas, there was a speculation. They even had the list that Dallas had number 6. Dallas and Cleveland were supposed to have this big trade because Dallas was sitting at 12 and 20, and Cleveland was at 6th and 39. So that trade was supposed to happen, but I didn't see it happen. Like Dallas kept their spot, Cleveland kept their spot because this was the key of this year's draft. It was riddled with cornerbacks, edge rushers, and wide receivers. So now, between the DBs, there were like 2 or 3 corners and like 2 or 3 or 4 safeties. So it was like a nice little number between like 6 to 10 of them, right? But they weren't all just corners or all DB. They were like some safety, but corners and DBs are like almost like the same people. They're like almost like the same people. You got to cover guys, you got to tackle. You're a defensive back, but it's a little different. Corners are a little bit more skillful than safeties. Or like these safeties that are in this draft, like the boy Dylan what is his name, Thieneman and Jamar McCoy, and like, bro. No, McCoy was a cornerback. That kid, Menser Delaney, he's a safety. But like all of these, like they're like high. Let me calm down. Let me calm. But you can tell, you can sense the excitement. I mean, like this is like you're watching you're watching kids turn into men, man. You're watching these dudes coming to their own. Dudes like Ruben Bain. You know what? Let me stop, man. Let me stop. Let's get into this thing right here, man. Walk with me, talk with me, and let's get into this draft, man. The 2022 draft had the most trades. That was what I was trying to say before I went into this other diatribe. I'm a little excited. I'm gonna calm down. I'm gonna calm down. Woosah. There were 18 trades in the 2022 draft. Why am I just now starting this? Why? You know what? I'm here now. I'm here now. That sounds crazy. 18 trades. It's like nobody was satisfied. Nobody at all was satisfied. Crazy. 18 trades in one first round, and it's like almost every other team. Anyway, let's get into this thing, man. Let's just go over, because let's be on the same page so we can understand what's really happening. And then another thing, these trades, like KC just pissed me off with this. Like they had zero draft capital. I think they had like one first round pick and like one or two, like two or three more. Like they kept trading their first round pick back and back for like extra picks on the back. So let's say they had like I think they were like 20 something, and then they traded back, right, for like a fourth round pick, and then they traded with the Seahawks for another extra pick in the background. Because if you keep moving back, you can keep getting extra picks in like the fourth round or the fifth round or whatever. I see what they're doing, but that just it's just it got desperation written all over it. I mean, they keep trading back in the first round just to get additional like picks down the line, picks that teams like Dallas don't care about. You got teams trading up and losing picks on the back end, and then you got teams like a Buffalo trading back to get extra picks in the back end. Complete opposite, But let's get into it, man. Let's get it. So starting day one. You know where are my manners? Where are my manners? I didn't even really introduce the thing, the channel right, man. Theme song, theme song. That's more like it. That's what I'm talking about. So let's get into this draft, man. So it kicks off Kansas City. So this is what I'm talking about. Kansas City was sitting at number 9. Cleveland's at number 6. So KC trades their number 9 pick for. So, and this happened the whole draft. Now 9 and 6, they're top 10, and the closer you are to 1, the more picks you got to give up on the back end. So, but Cleveland didn't. So this how it went. Cleveland gave up the number 6 pick to KC, and KC gave up the number 9. But KC also gave up the 2026 third round, number 74, and the 2026 fifth round. So for just one first round pick, because it was a higher number at number 6, they gave up a third rounder, and that's just how it worked. If you want a high first round pick, and they weren't too far down the list, they were at number 9. That is still top 10. But if you want this 6th spot, it's just how it go. That's just how it goes. So you see, there are teams trading up and losing picks in the backgrounds. Like the third round is still a good round to be losing picks in. But KC really, really wanted Manser. They move up number 6 to get this cornerback. What a great move! Like Kansas City was down to receive on a mock draft, and I was looking like, y'all are like, stop it. They were set to get Jordan Tyson. If you watch my mock draft video, I'm telling y'all, next year mine is coming out before Kuiper, before all of these dudes, because it's crazy. So I went ahead and did mine according to the NFL, according to the ESPN draft. But like most of them, I disagreed with. Like this one right here, it says KC was down to get wide receiver Jordan Tyson because Mahomes had been struggling recently and the injury, and he doesn't really have a receiver. And I'm looking like, please go watch the mock draft videos I did, okay? Because I'm going according to this, but I'm giving my 2 cents. I'm giving my knowledge on it. Like Brian Cook, what's the other dude name? Brian Cook, Trent McDuffie, and Trent. What's his name? What's the other cornerback name they lost? Brian Cook is like top 5, top 10 safety. Like McDuffie is one of my favorite. I don't even got a top 5 corner in the league. Like, and then the other dude, I forgot his name. They lost. They lost one of the best secondary in the league, and you're talking about going after a receiver. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Y'all better trade up for. Y'all better get a cornerback to replace them dudes. Like, how do you lose Trent McDuffie and draft a receiver in the first round? Like, what was Mel Kiper and them talking about? What was the mock draft? Of course, they trade up number 6 to get the boy Delaney. Thank you. I'm doing my own mock draft next year. This is crazy. Anyway, man. So the Browns receive, they were supposed to be at number 6, but and there were other boards saying Dallas would, disregard that because Dallas wasn't there. They traded with KC, so KC get that number 6 spot, and Cleveland slide down just only 3 spots, only 3 from 6 to 9, but they get an extra third round pick at number 7 to 4, and then that they traded with the Giants for, and then they get a 2026 fifth round pick just off of one trade that you only moved up just a few spots. You only moved up down a few spots. And then guess what? Because Cleveland wasn't a desperate team. They looked like it, but if you was watching any of the free agency moves, any of them, Cleveland got what they needed. They worked on that line for Shador. They added linemen. They added, and they got a lot of draft capital. They get like 3 first round picks. So we're not desperate. We're not desperate. You want to move up? Like, what you guys need is not even what we need. We need linemen and receivers. Dallas need DBs. Of course, have it. Go up. And then the other couple of teams in front of me, don't really need what I need to. And the caveat to this year's draft. This first round class is riddled with exactly what Cleveland needs. Dallas was a little desperate because, like I said, they needed a corner, okay, and a safety. They need corners and safeties. Right? Not Dallas. I'm sorry. Kansas City. They need corners and safety. Well, Dallas too, but we're talking about Kansas City in this instant. They need corners and safety because their whole secondary is gone. Like Cleveland is not worried about. Cleveland got their defense is good. They got the boy Ward in them back. I mean, they could use another corner, but like they're not desperate. They're desperate on that offense, protecting Shador, giving him another receiver. And this year's draft is riddled with linemen and receivers. There's no way Cleveland didn't get an A plus. Cleveland, Dallas. Like if you had draft capital in the first round, there's no way you didn't. Now there were teams who was like the Rams. The Rams, they drafted the boy Simpson at number 30. What? After the year Matt Stafford just had, you would think, oh, Stafford's getting old, and I was thinking they would go receiver. Like the Rams literally don't need anything. It's the one team where I'm looking at them like they're looking like the Seahawks of last year. They just got the KC secondary, and then they still got that team. The Rams could have easily been in the Super Bowl. You go watch that game. If that kid don't fumble that punt return, the Seahawks have punted the ball to them. The start of the third quarter. Fumble the ball deep in their half of the field. Gave the Seahawks an easy touchdown. If they don't do that, and then they came right back out and scored and made the game competitive again, the Rams should have won that game. I'm sorry. And the team that they're putting together again this year, the fearsome foursome is coming back. Stafford, Mr. MVP, like. I'm thinking another receiver because Devontae Adams got one more year on his contract, and he's like kind of old. But they don't need receivers. They got Puka Nacua and they got Devontae Adams. Like what? I was thinking another receiver because your top receiver is old, but like I was not thinking quarterback at all. And you got quarterbacks in the league that you can look at like Arizona. They got Jacoby Brissett and they got Gardner Minshew. You got dudes like Trent Richardson. I mean, not Trent Richardson. What's the boy from the Colts? Richardson. You got all kinds of quarterbacks just around that are capable. And like they got a McVay is an offensive mind. There are a lot of quarterbacks he can to spend your first round pick on a quarterback that's not even high on the list. Like a lot of like they didn't even have him going in the first round. Only Mendoza was set to go in the first round. This year's first round class was all edge rushers, wide receivers, cornerbacks. Edge rushers, wide receivers, defensive backs, and linemen. And linemen. Like they were barely any defensive linemen. They were barely anything. It was barely nothing, no tight ends. It was wide receivers, defensive back, linemen, and edge rushers. A few edge rushers. Like so that just came out of nowhere. Like I didn't even see that. That was a shocker. Like, what does that do to that team? Hopefully, it doesn't affect them in a negative way. Because if I'm Stafford, I'm looking like, what y'all think I'm old? Well, what's happening? What's happening here, McVay and GMs? Anyway, I don't know. I'm pretty sure they talked about it and they discussed it. It is a business after all, but like Stafford is not a struggling quarterback. He's not showing age, and he's tough. Matt Stafford can take all the sacks, all the hits in the world, and he won't show any. What was he injured? Was he injured? I don't remember Matt Stafford being injured last. I don't know. Whatever. I'm not gonna stay on it. I didn't. I don't. That's the one I didn't understand. There are a few of them, and with the mock draft, like Tampa Bay, I know they need a receiver, but they had them selecting Sadiq. Like no. I rather and they got the boy Bain Jr. too. Thank you. I'm right. The mock is wrong. Next year I'm doing my own mock, and like this is crazy. I'm not listening to Mel Kiper and them. I'm not listening to ESPN. It's gonna be football net of nerd Mel's own draft. Stay tuned, and I'm gonna be more right than them. I promise. Anyway, man, let's go back to the draft. I apologize. But no, I just got to break that down. Like the higher you move up in the first round, you got to give up a lot in the third or the fourth or the whatever round. Like because the first round is the most important. It got the best players, so they only moved up 3 spots from 9 to 6, but they had to give up. They had to give up that 74th pick and that 148th pick. Shush. But anyway, man, the next one. Let me go through these trades real quick. I just want everybody on the same page so y'all understand what's going on. You probably already understand, but just to give my 2 cents on what I think. You know what I mean? So it's not like 2022, not 18 trades. This was only 6 trades. Okay, only 6. So it didn't really throw us off too much. Like imagine 18 trades in the first round. Just disregard the mock draft. Just tear it up, burn it. Don't even like 18 teams are trading. Why is there even a mock draft? Why does a mock draft even exist? Because y'all don't have any idea. Any mock draft you do is going to be completely wrong. There's going to be 18 trades. What? Anyway, next one, the Cowboys and the Dolphins. Okay, so that pick at number 11. That Miami had. They're gonna and this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. They traded up just one spot. The Cowboys are sitting at 12. I didn't understand this one. Well, I get it. See, they be playing a little cat and mice game. See, Miami went for safety Caleb Downs because they know Dallas is in search of deep. Dallas had one of the worst secondaries in the league. But like I said, there are a lot of DBs in this draft, bro. There's a couple of cornerbacks and there's a couple, safeties. So I don't blame Miami in going for who because it's like Colton Hill and the boy Caleb Downs, and it's like Jamar McCoy, but McCoy was injured all last year, but his 2024 season ridiculous. So it's over Colton Hill, Jamal McCoy, and I think there's one more corner on here. I think the boy Emmanuel McNeil was a corner. Everybody else are safety. Thieleman, Caleb Downs, Mansour Delaney. They're all safety. So it was like three top notch corners and like three top notch safeties. So I don't blame the Dolphins. They were like, you know what? Forget that. Even though this is just one spot up from 12 to 11. This next team right here, we cannot trust them. They might get our guy Caleb. And you know what's crazy? Dallas wasn't even trying to get Dallas went and got a corner. Or did they get a corner? We'll get to it. But hey, Miami did what they had to do. Now they had to give up. Now it was only one spot, so they gave up a 5th-round pick. They gave up 2 5th-round picks. Now that's later on. That's after the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th round. Maybe they can afford to do it. So we got teams trading to get up and losing back. Just see what Buffalo do. Buffalo is going to do the exact opposite. Okay, they're trading their top front pick to get backward because they're desperate. They don't have. Gotta do what you gotta do, I guess. Gotta do what you gotta do. But that's the story on that. So Dallas give up their pick, their 11th pick. You know what I mean? And they get the 12th pick, and they get a tackle with that, Caden Proctor. I mean, I'll take that back. The Cowboys move up one. The Dolphins was at 11. I'm sorry. The Dolphins were at 11. Okay? The Cowboys were the desperate ones because they had that horrible secondary. So they're sitting at 12 and Miami are at 11. But Dallas is so desperate, for that defensive back that they trade one spot to Miami. And Miami is not even tripping on a DB. They have a new quarterback. They're trying to protect their quarterback. So I think Dallas was scared. They didn't know what Miami was going to do. It's a new team. They got a new quarterback. They're rebuilding. So they don't know if they're going to take. Dallas had one of the worst secondaries one of the worst defenses, period, but one of the worst. Damn, Washington. Who else was bad? New York, the Giants, both New York teams. The Jets and the Giants. Like, worst secondaries in the league. Worst 5 secondaries in the league. Cincinnati was horrible. Oh my God. Cincinnati, Washington, Dallas, New York. Come on, y'all. Who else had a horrible secondary? So I'll take that back. It wasn't Miami desperate. It was Dallas desperate. It was just one spot. So they move up, man. They move up to the 11th spot from 12. Because they need that safety Caleb Downs. Now, our boy Caleb Downs, he's well. I'm not even going to lie to you. Like, I'm going to get into all this stuff. I'm going to show tapes of these dudes. Caleb is probably the best defensive back on this list. So I kind of see why they did what they did. It's only one spot up. But sometimes in this league, the team right over you is the person that take the guy you want, that take your guy. So teams don't care. They will trade up one spot to get what they have, especially when it comes to quarterbacks. Teams will give up a bunch of picks in the background just for this one guy that they want, especially when it comes to a quarterback. Especially if they know that they can get this is their franchise quarterback right here. I don't care. I'm trading everything for him. Straight up. So Dallas going to lose pick number 177, 180. Just because they want to move up one spot. So, congrats to Miami on that. And Miami win that because we don't want your guy anyway. You're trying to get a DB. I'm trying to get somebody completely different. So, it's this cat and mice game. It's this cat and mouse game. You don't know what this team wants, but because I'm so desperate, I want this, and everybody know what I want. All the teams know each other. Everybody know what each other weaknesses are. They all got intel on each other. So, I'm not taking any chances. I'll trade up one spot with you and gave up some other stuff to get my guy. And Dallas got that like the draft make every team look like they're going to the Super Bowl. Because that Dallas defense is not going to look the same with this kid. I promise you, that's a guarantee. Caleb Downs in there. Caleb in there, and that kid that was projected to go to my Vikings, but he's not. He's not coming. We just got a defensive tackle. Go through all this with y'all. That Thieneman or whatever. Got 8 picks. He's a safety, or he's like a corner, or he's like a linebacker. He's like Josh Metellus of the Vikings. He's just everywhere. Everywhere. He's back there. He's at the line of scrimmage. He's roaming around. It's like, who is this dude? Like, who is this dude? Anyway, next one, man. We got the Philadelphia Eagles. These Cowboys, man. I'm telling you, another one. See, another one. See, they traded again, just a few spots. They were at 20, but they they got their DB, so they're like, all right, we got our guy. The defense is gonna be a little better. You know what I mean? We can afford a trade because it's further down in the first round now. It's not like the top 10 now. It's like in the 20s now. So you can afford to trade a few spots and don't give up too much. You still gotta get. This ain't like the second or third round. It's still the first round, so you still gotta give up stuff, but not like the top 10. The first 10 picks. If you're gonna trade, you gotta give up a lot of stuff, like a lot. So this right here, trading from spot number 20, to 23, you'll get something back. But Philly, you don't got to give up too much. Like this is it right here. So the Eagles get to move up from spot number 23 to 20. They get a first round pick, and then Dallas gonna give them a 2027 seventh. That is a joke. A 2027, that's next year, 7th round. Like, that's almost like nothing. Like, come on. But what does Dallas get? Huh? Just for giving up three spots in the first round? All right, we're at 20. But we're going to 23 now. But you have to give up a 2026 4th round pick, number 114, a 2026, another 4th round pick, number 137. So, just because y'all moved up 3 spots, right? I'm giving up a 7th rounder. You're giving me 2 4th rounders, just because it's like y'all hear these trades from 20 to 23 in the first round. What's the trade for that? You get 1 7th round pick, one. And that's next year. I get 2 picks next year, but 4th. That's equivalent to just 3 spots, but that's how important and special the first round is. If you're gonna trade up in the first, like you're gonna give up, you gotta give some stuff up. You gotta give it up. But that's that, man. So just keep in mind, like just know that the Cowboys don't have the 20th. That's why I'm even doing this. The Cowboys don't have the 20th spot anymore. Now it's the Eagle has the 23rd spot. So when I start going through this, you'll understand as compared to the original spot, the Cowboys don't have that spot no more. The Eagles have that spot. And they got the boy Mekhi Lemon. Oh my God, bro. Philly, Mekhi Lemon. And then they got Devontae Smith, and then they got the boy in Hollywood. Oh my God! Oh, that receiving core in Philly. Oh, I just thought about it. What the? I hate them and the Packers. Anyway, on to the next one, man. Then we got Buffalo. Buffalo was getting on my nerves in this draft. Like I should have examined their whole. It's like they had no draft capital. They just kept trading back and trading back to get like later picks when every other team is doing the opposite. Like, so this is the first one right here. They trade their pick number 28. They had number 28, so they trade 28th. They trade pick number 28 to the Patriots, right? And the Patriots got offensive tackle Caleb Lomu or whatever. Then no, hold on one second. So they trade. I'll take that back. They trade. This is between them and the Texans. They trade a 26 round, a 26 pick. The Texans got a guard, Keelan Rutledge, and then a 2026 third round pick, number 91. And then that pick was traded to uh, the Raiders. But that's like all of these trades, like somebody will get a trade, and then they will trade that player to another team, and then that's how you get uh let's say football nerd Mel was drafted by the Vikings through the Eagles from the Commanders. You're like, why all these teams involved in this one dude? Because that team traded, for the guy. Now they got the guy. Another team wanted him, so they traded him for another player. Even though he started here, he got traded here, and then they got traded here again, and then this team traded. Because once you trade for the guy and you get him, he's yours now. You can do whatever with him. So they sometimes they end up getting traded down for. It's weird. I'm sorry, it's weird, but that's why we're here. That's why we're here. We'll break it down for you. It gets a little weird. So the 2026 third round pick that the Bills are trading to the Texans. The Texans traded to the Raiders. But anyway, let's. I don't want to confuse you guys with the whole other teams. This is just the Texans and the Bills. Okay, so the Bills traded the 2026 first round pick number 26 and the third round pick number 91 to the Texans. The Texans did what they had to do with it. What do the Bills get? They get a 2026 28. So they were at spot number 26, right? But they traded back, right? So what's the incentives? What are they getting for trading back 2 spots? They get a third round pick, 2026, number 69 from the Giants. They get it because the Texans and it's a little weird, but they're getting it from the Texans, but they're getting it from the Giants because that trade is available to them. They're getting a 2026 third round pick, number 69, and then the pick they got, they traded that. So anytime they get anything, they'll trade it away. They'll trade it away. They're confusing. The Buffalo Bills just like confused. It's not confused. I see what they're doing, but it's like they're doing the exact opposite. It's just a desperate team that they keep trading with other teams that are behind them, right? Because they want additional picks in the following rounds. Like this right here says it all. They trade pick number 26 and the third round pick number 91 for pick number 28, pick number 69, and pick number 167. So they traded 2 and got 3 back. That's what they're doing. But the 3 they're getting back is in the back end. And you traded 26 for 28 and to get some back end picks. That's all the Bills are doing all trade day. That's all they're doing because they don't have a lot of draft capital and they're trying to create draft capital. But it could be hard because you're trading. So it's like, I'm not about to give you something. So you got to give up. It's crazy, man. But the next one we got the Miami Dolphins. They and all these teams, as you can see, 28, 26. They're not moving up. Like I don't see any really, really desperate move. Like the only one I saw was KC. What's KC moving all the way up to 6? Right, the first one, the very first one. This one right here, the very first one. The Chiefs were supposed to be at number 9. They moved up to 6 with the. That was the highest jump of this whole draft. This whole draft. This one right here, the Dolphins. Between the 49ers and the Dolphins. 49ers sitting at pick number 30. Trade with the Dolphins. And this pick right here is from the Broncos. They had traded with the Broncos, so they're sitting at number 30, right? So they trade. The Dolphins receive a 2026 first round pick, number 27, and then a 2026 fourth round pick. The 49ers receive a 2026 pick at number 30, so they get a later pick from number 27 to number 30. But like I said, whenever you trade backwards, you're gonna get incentive. You're gonna get some incentive, but like in the back end. So they get trade pick number 27 with the Dolphins, and the Dolphins were at number 30. So now to get the number 30, 2026 third round pick number 90. So Dolphins receive 138, 49ers receive 90. Just because they moved up 2 spots. That's how this works. That's how this works. If you trade in the first round, You're gonna get a huge incentives on the back end, but that's the back end. The best players are in the first round. That's the catch. That's the catch. That's why it's like, all right, it's the back end, man. You can have a few fourth round picks. You can have a third round and a this and this and a that and that. But this is the first round. These are the best players. That's just how it works. So all these trades, man, I ain't want to, confuse anybody, but that's how to trade. And then we got one more. The Patriots and Buffalo. These Patriots. So the Patriots, they were in the Super Bowl. They're sitting at pick number 31. So the Bills, they don't trade it back a few. Now they're at 28. So they trade they trade a first round pick number 28 that they don't got from the Texans because of that trade earlier with them. So they're in at 28 now, and I think they got like a fourth round pick. Or if you guys are following, they got a couple of picks in the back end because they're super desperate, right? So they're doing the same thing the whole trade day, the whole day they're doing the same thing. So now they're at 28. They're moving further back into the first round. So they're like, 28 is too good. Let's trade with the Patriots. The Patriots sitting at 31. They were in the Super Bowl next to the Seahawks at 32. We're gonna trade pick number 28 with the Patriots, and the Patriots they're kind of desperate too. Like, come on, man, we're at 31, and I feel like I need that one missing piece. My team made the Super Bowl. I still got all my pieces. Like, I'll give up some picks in the back end to move up a few rounds. And like sitting at 31 is crazy. A few up is great, and they got the boy Messidor. That was great. Anyway, man. 2020, the Bills received, so they give up that 28 spot for the 31st spot, the Patriots spot. But this is the catch. This is the catch. The Bills are going to receive the pick 124. What round is that? Was that the fourth round? That's the fourth round, right? So they get from the Patriots pick number 125. Like, the Bills is just trying to get extra pick in the back end, man. That's all they're doing, man. But hey, I know that team. They can make it work. Hey, give Josh Allen. Josh Allen don't need like top notch first round receivers. I mean, like, yeah, he'll do his thing with them, but that's Josh Allen. That's Josh Allen. Like, hey, Josh Allen. It be some good receivers in the second round, third round. You know what I'm saying? Everybody don't go in the first round because you got edge rushers. You got the best of the best from every position. But like, some of these dudes, man, be flying under the radar in the second and the third round. You know what I'm saying? So this could work out for Buffalo. They're being super desperate here, but this could very well work out for Buffalo. Like, for real. Don't get it messed up. And then, man, we got the Jets. So the Jets first round pick sitting at number 30. No, it's the 49. The 49 number pick. So they trade another 3 spots. It's just a few spots. All these teams, they're doing the same thing. This year draft is the same for a lot of them. Other drafts, you got teams that are super desperate, but most of the teams, not majority of them, they're only moving down or moving up 2-3 spots. 2-3 spots, and giving up stuff in the back end. So the 49ers, trade with the Jets. The Jets are going to receive the pick number 30th, right? And then the Niners are going to get number 33 and a 5th round pick, number 179. Same thing here. And then we got the last one with Buffalo. Like, bro, these Bills, bro. Like, they got so remember that pick? Remember that pick, the 31st that they got from the Patriots? They're trading it again. They traded the 31st pick to the Titans. So, bro, they just keep trading back, because they have no draft capital. They are desperate. So they trade that 31st pick that they done got from the Patriots, and then they give up that third round pick that they got from the Giants through the Texans. Then they're trading a 2026 5th round pick that they had got from the Bears. So all their little picks that they had did earlier, they're back here again, trading them away again for, like, I guess, better value. That's all the Bills did the first round was trade back for like fourth round picks, fifth round picks, third round picks. That's all they did. They gave up everything in the first round, or just not everything. They just kept trading back, which is, their situation. I guess it's kind of smart. You're trying to make something out of nothing here. You know what I mean? But it's let's see what they receive. They receive so they're out of the first round now. Okay, and that's how you do it though. I kind of like that. They traded a few times, got a few valuable picks, got a few later picks. Let's see what they do. So now they're saying that what they get from this, they get pick number 35. They're out of the first round, but they get an early second round pick though. They get pick number 35. They get a 2026 third round pick number 66. That's not bad. That's not bad. So they get a early first round. They get a decent third round, and then they get a fourth round pick. Hey man, and then they traded that one again. They traded all of these. They only kept the pick number 35. Pick number 66, they traded that. Pick number 101, they traded that. So I'm pretty sure they traded those picks for like decent third round. We'll see, man. We'll see. But that is it for the first round. That is it for the first round. I know it's confusing. It's super confusing, but I just had to get over with the like. If you don't understand what's going on with the trades, man, you gotta know what's going on with the trades. You see what Buffalo did, right? I know I was kind of reading there, but you see what Buffalo did. Kept trading, kept trading, kept trading, kept trading to get extra. Exact opposite of what KC did. They traded up. They you know what I mean? Or who else traded up? Miami traded up. It was one spot, but they traded up. And then you got teams like Cleveland. We're not desperate. We'll trade down 3 spots from 6 to 9 because you guys are not interested in what we're interested in anyway. You know, they did that a few times in the first round, Cleveland and Dallas, because the teams that are in front of us, they need linemen, they need edge rushers. Hey, we need corners and receivers. So we're not tripping. It's a cat and mouse game they're playing. It's a mind game they're playing on each other. It's like playing chess or like poker or something, or any kind of a game where you gotta anticipate or you gotta guess what the opponent is doing, or it's a cat and mouse game. It's a trade game. It's like that's why they pay these dudes big bucks. They pay these dudes big money because you gotta be onto each other. You gotta. It's like playing cards, man. It's like playing blackjack or poker or something. Like that's all this is, and may the best man win. You know. So, but anyway, man, let's get into this thing, man. Let's see who won. Like I said, we don't even really have any big losers in this thing. But let's go through. I think the Rams, but the Rams are not really losing because that roster, the players they have, like they are Super Bowl ready. So maybe they felt like, I don't know, maybe they know something we don't know. They know their quarterback. We don't know their quarterback. Maybe they feel that, hey, listen, we know this dude. We know what Stafford weaknesses are. We know how old he is. We know maybe they see some things we don't see. Maybe they see him. They see he's not as he doesn't have his arm strength. Nah, it can't be the arm strength. Like Stafford is still Stafford. He's still slim. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but whatever it is, they felt like boy Simpson was the guy. Like, and then like even if you feel like Stafford is on the back end of his career, like this is who you. Oh yeah, I don't know. I don't know, but I don't know. That's the only one I can think about right now. But there were teams like Dallas, they won. KC got their guy. Like a lot of teams won in this draft. Like a lot of teams won. I don't think anybody got an F grade. There are A's through D's. There are no F's. So let's go, man. Time to grade them. Let's grade these draft picks. Everybody got what they wanted. Even if they didn't get that guy that we had in the mock draft, they got that position. So I don't know. For example, like I don't know. Like for example, like the Browns. We had the Browns taking a Caden Proctor, the offensive tackle. They ended up going with Spencer Fano, another tackle. Because there was a lot of great tackles. Same thing with the boy from Miami. His name is Magua, whatever. like all top notch tackles. So Cleveland passed on him and took Fano, and then guess what? Miami did took that. So basically, if we had you down as an offensive lineman, that it was what you needed, and you let's say we had you down at Caden Proctor and you didn't get Caden Proctor, you didn't get that lineman, but you got another lineman. That's my point. All the teams fill their position of the players that they the positions that they wanted. Probably not the players that were on the list of the mock draft, but if that team was interested in a receiver, they got a receiver. If that team was interested, like my Vikings kind of shocked me a little bit, but those were our two positions. In the first round, it was either safety because we had to replace Harrison Smith. Ain't no telling if Harry's coming back. But that secondary, we got Metellus, we got other dudes that can play safety, and we got Theo Jackson, but that defensive tackle, which is what we drafted, nobody saw that coming. He wasn't even on the list, but just knowing this dude, we were trying to trade for Jalen Hoptua Carter. Okay, that didn't happen. The scheme we have, and right after that we trade Bernard away. Yes, yes, we lost Javon Hargrave. What's the other dude name? Uh, I always forget his name, man. The two defensive tackles that we got rid of both of them, right? We got Jalen Redmond. We got what's the other dude name? He hasn't really been showing up. Rodriguez, Levi Drake Rodriguez. Like we need that defensive tackle presence for the pass rushers to work. Right when we draft him, it didn't happen with Jalen Carter. Right when we draft this dude, yes, we trade Grenard away. Javon Hargrave, Jonathan Allen is his name. Like the money between those two dudes and Grenard. You know how much money the Vikings are saving? And we got Dallas Turner still on his rookie contract. And we got a new defensive tackle who is a beast. We have what's the dude with the hair that looked like what's the edge rusher? Oh my god. Came from Miami. Play with the Vikings now. He was hurt a lot. Whatever. We got him coming. He is a monster in the flat. He intercepts balls like he's a cornerback, but he's an edge rusher. All right. Dallas Turner emerging, and we got that other edge rusher. We don't need Grenard, and he cost a lot. And we got that defensive presence in the for that scheme. I need all of y'all to go Google the Vikings defense. Okay. So even though I was thinking safety, when we got the defensive tackle, made sense for our scheme. Makes perfect sense. So hey man, like all the teams, my point exactly, all the teams got their needs met. There were one or two, that was like, some head scratchers, but if they didn't get their guy, they got similar. And all of these trades were just one or two or three spots. You know what I mean? So anyway, man, yeah, let's go through this together. 1 through 32. Let's see who won, who got an A, who got a B, who got a C, who got an F. Maybe there's an F in there somewhere. I don't think LA got it. I don't think there's an F. I don't think that's an F. Maybe McVay sees something in that kid because he was the next quarterback in line after Mendoza. He was all the way at the end of the first round. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was all receivers, all DBs, all edge rushers. And then it wasn't like that one draft class with Drake May and them. It was Drake May. It was Jaden Daniels, Drake May, Bo Nix, who else? The boy from Chicago, Caleb, JJ McCarthy. I mean, it was just quarterback galore through that first round. This was not it. This was not it. So anyway, man, let's go through these one by one, 1 through 32. Now that you guys know who all were traded, who all were involved in whatever. So when we get to that spot, don't get it mistaken. It's a new order now. There were trades made. But as I'm going through it, I'm going to remind you guys, all right? So let's go, man. Ride with me. All right, let's get into this thing, man. So number one, we have the Las Vegas Raiders. This is gonna be an easy one. Everybody saw this coming. It's the number one overall pick. They literally prepared their team for this kid. We have Fernando Mendoza going to the Las Vegas Raiders. That was what was on the mock draft. And yes, of course, at the number one pick, the Las Vegas Raiders select quarterback Fernando Mendoza, University of Indiana, national champion. Of course, we all saw that coming. Um, yeah, man, that team, that Vegas team, they're fully with Crosby and everybody else. They got like now I don't know if they're gonna make the playoffs. Like, listen, it's all on the backs of this kid right here. And like, but it is a first round overall pick. Okay. Now it doesn't always work out, but sometimes they do. And the kid is talented, obviously. What if that kid coming to the NFL and what we saw, that kid I saw in that national championship game, that kid I saw on that undefeated campaign, what if he brings that to the NFL? That Raiders team is going to be completely, because they got great players, and the quarterback position is the most important position on the field. If that kid come into this league and starts slinging it, and is as competent and as tough as he was in college, if that transfers over to the NFL, the league is in trouble. Yeah, man, that's all I got on that. It was very obvious. That's who they were going with. They had the number one pick, and they obviously needed a quarterback. They traded Geno Smith away. They have zero quarterbacks right now. Obviously, they do have a quarterback right now. They have their franchise quarterback, and just fingers crossed for the Raiders, man. To draft a quarterback number one overall and it doesn't work out, that hurts. That really hurts. I know it does. Because that's putting all your trust into that kid right there. So good luck to them, man. On to the next one. All right, man. The New York Jets, the Jets, they were set to get David Bailey or Reese, right? Remember in the mock draft, I was comparing them to Arvell Reese being Mike Parsons and David Bailey being Daniel Hunter. Everybody thought they were gonna pick Reese. They picked David Bailey. To my surprise, I'm like, whoa. But it's all about what that franchise see in that player. Okay, now I'm thinking flashy, and it's Reese. It's Reese. But if you're thinking like long term and scheme wise and all of this, David Bay, like they're both solid, man. So you can't even fault you can't fault the Jets for going with Bailey. Maybe he fits their system. Maybe he's what their coaches talked about. Maybe they see what they. But we're all in on Arvell Reese. We were all in on Reese, and he failed too. It's crazy. So anyway, whatever, man. Congrats to the Jets. You can't go wrong with either one of these dudes. You just can't. We just thought Reese was gonna go first, So hey, listen, I was wrong, but not really. I was like, they both could go over each other, but I just took Reese over. You know what I'm saying? So congrats to the. Oh my god. Oh my God, isn't it ironic? The team Geno went to gets the number two pick, and he's a solid quarterback now. And the Raiders, who he's coming from, get the number one pick, get the number one. Hey, Geno. Y'all know this is personal when a team get rid of you. If the Jets was to ever, can y'all put that on the schedule? Can the Jets play the Raiders in 26? Is that on the schedule? I want to see that game. That is gonna be personal. That is going to be a personal game. Gino playing against a team that let him go for this other kid right here. If he can whoop them, Gino don't even care. In New York, or it'll be better in Vegas, though. It'll be better if they go down there and whoop them in their little new franchise Heisman quarterback. Ooh. Well, how that saying? Revenge is best served. How that saying go? Cold is best served cold. That'll be a great revenge story. Whoever make the schedule, can y'all please put that on the schedule, please? Oh no, the schedule is already out right for the draft. Dang it. But anyway, that's a nice little headline story, man. You know, the team that he's coming from is the number one team, and they're selecting a quarterback. So obviously, they got rid of him to replace him. You know, and then the way the Jets are treating him, I mean, like they're getting him new linemen, they're getting new receivers. I mean, like the Jets are just laying the red carpet out for him. So it's like, okay, Raiders, this how y'all did me. You see how my Jets is doing me, right? Even though they did me wrong, this team that drafted him, but they're doing me right now. I want to see that game. I want to see him play the Jets. I mean, him play the Raiders. That'll be sweet. But anyway, on to the next one, man. The first two weren't surprising. We're gonna get into some surprises here. Some big surprises. Well, not really. Most teams kind of did what they didn't go with the same player, but they went with a similar, they went with a similar player to address that position. Teams address their positions. There are a couple of desperate moves. There are a couple of head scratchers. We'll go through them, but the first two so far. On to the next one, baby. All right. Next on the clock, we have the Arizona Cardinals. Now, the Raiders got their quarterback. The Jets, crazy. The Jets got to get a better deal. Like they've been putting people on the defense. They got like Minka. They got new people. They got a. I'm telling you, that dude is a future Pro Bowler. You see how high they are. So Arvell Reese, the guy who we thought were going over David Bailey, the Cardinals. Everybody's saying if one team get Reese, the other team will get Bailey. The next team will get Bailey. If one team get Bailey, the very next team will get Reese. What does Arizona do? Get them Jeremiah. Well, that was not kind of understand, because then again, I don't. I don't. Yeah, I take that back. I don't because I don't know. Maybe they feel like they need a running back. Remember, I told you there was a couple of head scratchers, and I just can't think about them right now. This is one of them. Everybody and their mama thought they were going Bailey if they don't get Reese, or Reese if they don't get Bailey. They go with Jeremiah Love. Now, Jeremiah Love, right? Top 5 on the list out of all of these edge rushers and running backs and that. Love is top 5 on the list out of everybody. He's that electrifying. But you have James Conner, you got Tyler Algier, you got I know Jeremiah Love is all exciting and flashy and all of that. You have capable NFL running backs. They got a 6. I don't know the other dude's name. They got a 6 running back room. I just know James Conner is nice. James Conner in Pittsburgh. That's where he started his campaign at, right? And where else James Conner play? James Conner is nice, bro. Like he's a trusted, good running back. And Tyler Algier, like him in what was he in Atlanta, right? Him and Bijan. That dude's toting the rock for real. Jeremiah Love is a college you're. So what are you doing? Are you gonna trade him? Like what are you gonna do with James Conner and Tyler Algier? Those two in your backfield, you're good. That's a competent NFL backfield. So why would you draft a running back in the first round? I don't get this one. I don't get this one. They could use a Reese on that defense. They could. But hey, I guess they just sort of flashy. And this is what I'm talking about the NFL draft, because we were all in on Tennessee going to Jeremiah Love, Arizona, and the Jets are going to get these linebackers. The Jets did. Arizona just did I don't know what that was. Threw everybody off. So I don't know. I give him a D. You don't need this player. Now, Jeremiah Love is it. Like, trust me. But you have capable backs, bro. Like, I don't understand. Why would you draft and then the first round money you pay is not like the other rounds? Like, so you already got money invested in this area. Why would you draft a running back in the first? I don't get it. I don't get it at all. Now, you can't talk crazy to them because that offense is ridiculous. You put Jeremiah Love on there, but like, who is even their quarterback over there in Arizona? Like, what are y'all even? Well, Jacoby Brissett and Gardner Minshew. I don't know. Maybe that running game is going to be crazy because of the. I don't know. I would have went defense on the Cardinals. The Cardinals don't have a great defense. I would have went to improve my defense. Like, sorry. Anyway, whatever. That kind of threw everything off, man, because Love was set to go to the Titans, who's next in line. So let's get to them and see what they do. I will give this one a D. First two, I'll give an A. You know, third one, this is a D, maybe an F. Like, you don't like. I don't get it. I don't get it. But like I said, I'm not gonna give anybody an F in this one because I don't think anybody got an F in the first round. I'll give this a D though. C minus D plus. Like, because you don't need him. Great player, you don't need him. Get what you need for your team. OMG. What are y'all planning on doing? Running the option? Ugh. Anyway, man, on to the next one, man. All right, we have the Tennessee Titans. Now, this is who we projected to go to get Jeremiah Love because, like, Tennessee, right? Out of all of these teams, we just went through. Well, I was about to say they got a bad record, but so did the Jets. But this is the team right here that is like, yeah, them and the Jets. But the Jets team right now, they got a brand new quarterback. They got Geno. They got, so we know the Jets from last year is just not. But the Titans are still the Titans. They still have their quarterback. They still have that struggling. Like, they don't even like. I know they have Tony Pollard, but this is who, because they have nobody damn near on their offense. Nobody. We thought they were gonna get Jeremiah Love. Imagine him and Cam back there. But it's cool. It's cool because the Titans didn't disappoint. Now, they got Cornell Tate. Okay, and that was what I said too. That was my second option. If they're gonna get Jeremiah Love, they're gonna get a wide receiver because they need weapons on that offense. I know the defense. Well, they got the boy Simmons. The defense ain't all that, and they got a defensive coach. So I know their defense is gonna be, now that they have a defensive coach. Like, I know that, but they need weapons on that offense to help Cam. This is his second season. That first year was all bad. Oh my God. Protect Cam, give him weapons. So I knew if they didn't get Jeremiah Love, they get a receiver to help him out, and that's who they got. They got the boy Cornell Tate, um, Ohio State. Yeah, great alternative. Now, there's some other receivers in this draft. I mean, like I said, this draft is filled with receivers and edge rushers and cornerbacks. Just like, look at Jordan Tyson, Omar Cooper, the boy Denzel. Oh, yeah, there's just too many names. A lot of receivers, a lot of DBs, a lot of edge rushers. So not a bad alternative. Now I thought it was going with the boy. What's that dude? Tassian or whatever. I'm bad with names, man. There's one player I'm missing, but he's a big body receiver. I thought it was gonna get, but Cornell Tate is not bad. He's fast. He can run, and they got a true number one too. So Cornell Tate can come in there as a number two. They got a true number one. They got Cam. They got a, I don't know how Tony. I don't know what they're gonna do at that running back position, but Tony Pollard can play. But they need somebody added on there. I'm just watching out to see what they do. But this is not a bad addition. I know they weren't going defense. There's no way you go defense. You need help. You need to help out. You need to help out your young quarterback, and that's what they did. This kid is electrifying out of Ohio State. I've heard some critics. Well, he's not too fast, and he's not too this. He's not. Yeah, but he's top notch in all of those categories. He's not the fastest. He's not the strongest, but he's fast and he's strong and he can catch the ball. And there's a reason why he was the top receiver on all the boards. Okay, so this is not a bad, but I wanted Jeremiah Love. I could just see Jeremiah Love in blue, man. behind Cam in that offense. But whatever, that's not a bad alternative, man. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, man, that's it for the Titans. I will give this one. They didn't get who they wanted. Well, how did I know that? That's just what I was thinking. But I think they got. I'll give them a B plus. I'll give him a B plus, man. It's not A because he's not known to be, you know, uh, he has some criticisms, but he does his thing. I'll give it a B plus. I just don't think that. I think they wanted Jeremiah Love. From what I was seeing and finding out, I think that's who they wanted. And I think that's who they thought they were gonna get because they didn't think, you know, Arizona was gonna. I just so I'll give it a B plus, and it was not a bad alternative, but they didn't get their guy, so I give this a B plus, man. On to the next one, baby. Who do we have? We have the New York Giants. All right, man. For the New York Giants, we had down safety Caleb Downs. That was who I had on my list. But I mean, that's New York had one of the worst secondaries. I think they were like number 28th, ranked 28th, 27th, 28th, 29th, something like that. Like they were bottom five. That's the second. It was bad. It was New York, Cincinnati, Washington. The teams. Dallas, just horrible. So sitting here at number five, I thought they were gonna go straight secondary, straight secondary. But this is who Arvell Reese fell to. So it's not a bad alternative. Okay, super bad secondary. But that dude, he was supposed to go early. That's who we thought he was gonna go number two or number three. But he fell to five. It's not too far, but hey, this I'm telling you, it's like getting Mike Parsons. Okay, that's who they're getting. Similar to they're getting an edge rusher like Mike Parsons on that defense, bro. Like every team is looking like they're going to the Super Bowl because they're getting. But they got to come into the league though. These are just rookies. Y'all did y'all thing in college. Y'all was like that in college, and we're just making comparisons to pros to these NFL pros. But they still got to come into the league. They still have to prove themselves to us. But I'm telling y'all, man, this dude, Arvell Reese, him, dudes like Ruben Bain. My favorite team is the Miami Hurricanes. So them boys coming out of Miami, I know them. Ruben Bain, the boy Messidor. Nah, good luck to the league, man. Like this class right here, I know we've had other classes with like quarterbacks and this and this. This class of edge rushers and DBs, love it. Love it, man. So Giants get Reese. I was thinking secondary, but that's still defense. You know what I mean? Who knows? Who knows? The DBs don't really got to work hard if Arvell Reese and them can get to the quarterback. That's how they see. That's how they're thinking. That's how they're thinking. You know what I'm saying? My corners don't got to cover long if I have crazy edge rushes. Who knows? Who knows if that's the scheme they're cooking up? But the Giants still have another first round pick. Like, don't they got like a couple more? They got two in the first 10 rounds. So, hey, man, great pickup. Not what I was thinking, not what I had on my mock draft list. I had Caleb Downs, but they went with Arvell Reese because Reese was supposed to go early, like at 30. Arvell Reese is still sitting around. Of course, I'm taking him too. I'm taking him too. Y'all know those are the big money positions in the league. Now left tackles, I'm starting to see tackles getting big money now because that's who got to block these edge rushers who are getting all like the Joey Bosa's of the world, and you know what I'm saying? And the Nick and the Daniel Hunter's and the Mike Parsons, those are the big money dudes. So you got to pay these left tackles big money to block big money. Like it's crazy, man. Like if it's went all over the age to be receivers getting big money depending on who you are and how good you are, you're still getting paid big money because there are still big money players at every position. But it didn't used to be like a lot of left tackles getting paid big money contracts or like edge rushers. I don't know, man. Maybe there's a lot of them that are good now, I guess, but These contracts for left tackles and edge rushers are ridiculous. But anyway, man, that was a nice pickup. If Arvell Reese is still available, you better get him. You know what I'm saying? But on to the next one, man. Who do we have? We have the Kansas City Chiefs. Remember that? Remember that trade with the Browns? Remember that trade with the Browns? Let's go, man. Kansas City. All right, man. KC. So for the KC Chiefs, man, another one that the smart people, the scholars, the football people, like they had KC down here getting a wide receiver, Jordan Tyson. I guess because they need a receiver, and like yo, they just signed Travis Kelsey to this crazy extension. Now he's getting old. Now Mahomes is gonna need a receiver. Like he's always had great receivers, Tyreek Hill, Hollywood Brown. He's always had great receivers, and he doesn't have like anybody right now, So it's like, what are we doing? Like that's Patrick Mahomes. You don't have to get him a receiver in the first round. That's how I'm looking at it. So like everybody had a receiver in the first round, and they lost their whole secondary. Are y'all like crazy? So they traded up. I knew if KC trade up, they ain't getting nobody in offense. That would have been a shocker. So this right here, I disagree with the experts. Check out the mock draft video. I'm like, okay, everybody's saying they're going with Jordan Tyler, but I'm thinking that secondary, the secondary is decimated. Everybody's gone. Why would they go receiver for their veteran quarterback who's been probably the best in the league for like a few years? Like, I can think of another quarterback that's better than Mahomes. You know what I'm saying? I mean, there are some other ones that can give him a run for his money, but like, I can't think of one. He's better than Patrick Mahomes. Like Patrick Mahomes make magic happen with just about any receiver. Fix your defense. Fix your defense. Just lost the whole secondary. Anyway, I'm gonna quit yapping. They were listening and they did the right thing. Went out and got Mansur Delaney, DB, LSU. Thank you. You just lost Trent McDuffie. You're gonna trade up to get a receiver. I'm doing my own mock draft now. Like I don't know what's going on with Mel Kiper and them and ESPN. Like y'all tripping. Y'all know what like who got wide receiver for Kansas City in the first round? Who it was actually on the mock draft, the ESPN list. I'm like, what? How does that make sense? The quarterback is Patrick Mahomes. The coach is one of the greatest offensive minds ever. We don't need a first round receiver right now. I mean, it'll help. We got this is an offensive minded head coach, and yeah, but like no, we can make things happen with you know we don't need a receiver in the first round. If the whole entire defense is going to fix that defense, we are offensive minded. We can make our offense work. Fix that damn defense. That's what they did. Got the boy Delaney. He's a true cornerback too. Like I said, it was only like three cornerbacks and like three or four safeties. All right, he's a true cornerback. Him holding hood. So yeah, the pick makes total sense. Try to fix that secondary and get back to greatness. You have a great quarterback, probably the best in the league. Travis Kelsey, like he controls the middle of that field. Linebackers can't stay with him. Safeties and DBs are too little. Like Mahomes still be dancing around dudes, throwing the ball underarm, overarm, sideways. Like you don't need to be adding a bunch of stuff on that. You need to protect Mahomes, and I think his offensive line is great. Other than that, like, come on, man. You know? So love the pick. Disagree with the mock draft. And KC actually did what I said. Okay? So come over. Listen. The nerds know what the nerds know. Come through here. Let's be nerdish. Is that a word? Nerdy. Let's be nerdy together. You know what I'm saying? Let's play with information and play with stats and play with numbers and get all consumed with football all in our brains all day, every day. But anyway, all right. On to the next one, man. Who do we have here? All right, man. We have the Washington Commanders. They literally had the worst defense all year last year. The 32nd ranked defense. I won't even if I was them, if I was them, I won't even touch anything offense. I won't even touch anything offensive. Another goofy one. They had them wide receiver corner. Like I disagree with that. Please go watch my mock draft, please. I'm doing it different next year. This is crazy. They had Washington getting Cornell Tate. Why? 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 You still have okay. I don't think they have Debo, right? You still have Terry. You still have other great receivers. Like. Why would you get that defense is struggling? That defense now they added Trayvon Chason and Odafe Owe, but those are just newer. They're like as like the defense was the last ranked defense all last year. I don't care who you add. Just focus on defense, please. Like focus on defense. Your offense is cool. Your young quarterback was injured, so we know when he's coming back. Yeah. Your running backs, your wide receivers, the offense. Like focus on this whole draft. Like don't even think about offense till like probably the third round. Your defense was the last in the league. You acquired two players, and that's supposed to fix everything. Let me stop preaching. Let me stop preaching. So on the mock draft, they had them getting Cornell Tate, a wide receiver, and they have Terry McLaurin. They have other good receivers. What do you need a first round receiver for? And they did the right thing. They listened to me. They got linebacker Sonny Styles, Ohio State. Thank you, Commanders. That defense is about to be different. So you get Clavon Chason, you get who else they got? Who else they got? Odafe Uwe. You get Clavon Chason and you get Uwe from the where he come from? He came from the Seahawks. You want to see what with the Seahawks? You add those dudes on your defense, and then Sonny Styles. You get him. You bro. They probably got the best linebacking core. You put Sonny over there with Chason and Uwe, bro, y'all gonna go from last to like middle of the pack, or like maybe top 15, top like that's crazy. Those names on the same defense is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And then another team that listen, man. Oh, I ain't been grading them. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Washington, I'll give Washington an A. I'll give Washington A for that acquisition. For the last defense to get these two dudes and to get Sonny, A plus. A plus. Same thing with Kansas City. Kansas City was right before them, right? They had them getting a receiver. You just lost all your top notch cover guys. Receiver, they went and got him a true cornerback. Hopefully he can fill McDuffie's shoes. I doubt it, but top notch corner, man, A plus. Another one. The Giants, A, A, thank you. They got the. I know the Giants were like, Evan Reese is still available. Tennessee took Parnell Tate. What? Of course, man. But on to the next one, man. Who do we have here? All right, next in line, we have the New Orleans Saints. Now, they are set to get, like, another one I agree with. Now, on the mock draft, they're set to get, they're set to get Jordan Tyson. Another one I disagree with, and they agree with me. Like, all of y'all can go watch the mock drafts, please, and how I did it and how I was talking. Why would New Orleans get a wide receiver? Now. They have a young quarterback. I understand. Tyler Shuff. But don't they have Chris Olave? Don't they have they just got a new running back? They got some weapons, or they got linemen for them. Why won't you help out that defense? Why won't you help out that defense? Your pass rusher you're dependent on. Your guy for years. You just lost him. Replace that dude. You got a lot of people on offense. Now, don't get me wrong. I was like, yeah, that's a possibility. They can, they need offensive weapons. But, yeah. All right, who's on the clock? The New Orleans Saints. All right, man. Now we got New Orleans, going for Ruben Bain Jr. Which, that's what we had. And what did they do? Get a wide receiver. Get a wide receiver. Jordan Tyson, wide receiver, Arizona State. They passed up on Ruben Bain, bro. Don't y'all have good receivers? They still got Chris Olave, right? Yeah, Chris Olave got a brand new running back. That's it. You still got Alvin Kamara. Alvin Kamara's old, but he's still Alvin Kamara. You got a brand new running back just like him. You got weapons on that. The offensive line is solid. In the first round, Ruben Bain is still out there. There are some edge rushers still out there. You're not gonna replace Levante David. You're not gonna replace your superstar pass rusher that just retired. Who do y'all have? I don't see anybody on that defense. You're going wide receiver in your first round pick? Disagree. I disagree. Now we'll see what happens. Maybe I could be wrong. Maybe I could be. They got Chris Olave. And you gonna go another first round receiver, and you got a nice. Oh, you got a nice your defense. I don't even know anybody on that defense. I gotta I gotta go double check. I'm pretty sure there's gonna be a couple names that pop, but nothing stick out to me right now. I don't even know anybody on the New Orleans defense. Who's on that defense? You can get Rudy Bain Jr. They're gonna regret this. They're gonna regret this. They're gonna regret this, man. But that's how I feel about it. I'll give them a D. I'll give them a D plus. That's close to a C because that's a nice receiver, and Tyler Shuff actually shows some promising signs. Maybe if you get that another receiver, if they lock down his number one receiver, maybe I don't know. They know more than we're just on the outside looking in. But there's no way I don't get Bang Jr. at this spot, and he's still available. There's a couple. Messidor is still available. There are a few edge rushers still available, man. And they're like, nope, we're gonna get another wide receiver because we think our line is good and our quarterback is great, so we're gonna stretch the field. And I think there's a mistake, New Orleans. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong. I'm thinking that edge. Get to the quarterback. Get to the quarterback. Get your offense on the field. That defense, make the defense better. Your defense stays on the field, your offense is not gonna have a lot of chances. I'd rather my defense nice and my offense get a lot of chances, even if y'all don't move the ball, y'all don't get through it now. But as soon as you know you made a mistake, the defense give me back the ball. You know how great that is? The offense get to they'll pick it up sooner or later. The plays will work. When the defense keep giving the offense back the ball, I'm telling you, even if your offense is trash, it's all about repetition with the it's all about repetition. It's all about the chemistry. It's an NFL offense. It's just a matter of time till it pick up. If you got a great defense and there's not an injured players on offense, they just can't get it together. I promise you they'll get it together. It's the NFL, they're pros. So that's my philosophy. D minus. You get a D minus, New Orleans. On to the next. I'm not even doing that mock draft no more, cause I'm looking at it like ESPN and Mel and them are off. Y'all are off. All right, whatever. On to the next one, man. Who do we have? We have the Cleveland Browns. We got the Cleveland Brown on the clock, man, and who did they get? So this was really supposed to be Kansas City right here, but remember they traded up at spot number 6 with Cleveland. So Cleveland is down, and this is talking about. This is how Cleveland won. This is how Cleveland won. Like the tackle that they were projected to get by Mel and everybody else, they didn't even get they got Spencer Fano. Okay, they were set to get Cleveland was set to get Caden Proctor. So Tatum Proctor is gonna fall to somebody else because Cleveland didn't want him. Cleveland went and got Spencer for no. So you see what's going on? So there's top notch tackles, there are top notch DBs, there are top notch receivers. Even if you don't get your guy, somebody else get him. You have another top notch just waiting in the wings. Cleveland was just sitting. Cleveland was sitting with their legs crossed with a cigar in their hand, just chilling. Yeah, you guys go ahead. We'll come. We'll still beat everybody. We'll still kick everybody butts. But this draft is gonna. You want this spot? Oh, I'll trade down a few spots. Go ahead. Go ahead. Give me a little extra draft picks in the second and third round or whatever round. Take a few spots. Go ahead. They've already fit. I'm telling you, Cleveland is gonna be scary. Cleveland is gonna be scary. Like that defense. They still have their defense, and they fixed their offense. They're so comfortable. They're moving back. Another top-notch tackle to protect Shador. That defense and that secondary and that pass rush Cleveland has. If that offense take over, if that offense take off, this maybe they don't make the playoffs. They're gonna go from one of the worst to one of. You saw what happened with the Patriots. Drake May rookie season, they had 4 wins. 4. They were 4-13. What happened the next year? Super Bowl. They went from a 4-win team to a Super Bowl team. That's how I'm looking at Cleveland now. I don't know if they're going to go to the Super Bowl. They're definitely making a playoff. This team, this is a playoffs team. Like, look, like they got a tackle now, a first round tackle to protect your dude, and they just added. They got the Texans. I remember this because I just did all this in free agency. They got the left tackle of the Texans. Now he's the Cleveland left tackle. Then they got another lineman. Then they're drafting a tackle for, and then they have like 3 first round picks. Oh my God. Yeah, yeah. Now, it wasn't the tackle that we were thinking. It wasn't the lineman. The linemen we were thinking about were ranked better than this guy. But I think Cleveland know what they want. I think, well, not ranked better. They were ranked like at the same. It's just, I guess he was put down to go before Spencer. But Cleveland won Spencer. Spencer was set to go to Baltimore, and Cleveland was set to get somebody else. Cleveland was set to get Proctor. Cleveland was set to get Proctor. But hey, man, so Proctor is gonna fall. Proctor is gonna fall. And then what I'm looking at, there are other linemen that's not even talked. Bro, I'm telling you, if you are in search for a lineman, a wide receiver, and an edge rusher, maybe DB. I won't say it wasn't a lot of DBs, but linemen, edge rushers, wide receivers. Not even a lot of edge rushers. There's a few edge rushers, DBs, wide receivers, and linemen. Where this was your draft. So Cleveland, that was literally Cleveland and the Chargers. That is their only problem. Their offensive line. Great defenses. Great. Well, I don't know about receivers. I don't know who's over there in San Diego, but the offensive line was the number one prize, especially Cleveland, man. Anyway, enough of them. So win for Cleveland. You can trade down and still get your guy. So win. And then you get extra picks in the back end. A plus. Even though it wasn't, they skipped the guy that we had on their list to get the guy that they actually wanted. So I think that says something. That's an A plus acquisition. That's an A plus draft pick. That draft pick. So hey man, I'm loving it. It's like McDonald's. I'm loving it. I'm telling you, all of these teams are looking like they're going to the Super Bowl. Like, look at the Cleveland Browns. So, like just examine that roster. You're like, what? And there's nothing you can tell me about my Vikings. What we just did, we don't even have a quarterback problem anymore. Now it's like, may the best man win type of deal. I'm loving it. All right, man. On to the next team. Who do we have? All right. Sitting at spot number 10. is the Cincinnati Bengals. But remember the Dexter Lawrence trade? Oh, that's not a bad trade. That's not a bad trade. Forgot what did they? I read it earlier in the video. You see, so Cincinnati get Dexter Lawrence. I think it was like a third round or whatever round pick or whatever. But this is the Giant spot now. This is the Giant spot here at number 10. And who did they get? Francis. Now, this guy right here, the University of Miami Hurricanes is my favorite college team. I've said it a few times in these videos. I want to keep going back. Like it goes back all the way to when we played Nebraska in 01, beat them for the national championship. I've been a fan since. I can talk to you about all the players, all the RIP Sean Taylor. Like, don't get me started. I can name the whole squad of that year, like everybody. Like, don't get me started. Ken Dorsey, Willis McGahee, Andre Johnson, Entrell Rowe, like the whole squad. All right, let me start. The New York Giants get this dude. I like this tackle right here. It's Francis Magoo or whatever. It's the boy. Cleveland just got Spencer Fano, and then the other one, Caden Proctor. It's a lot of so it's Francis Magoo, it's Caden Proctor, it's Olivia Owen, it's Blake Miller, it's Spencer Fano, Monroe Freeland. All of these dudes are all top notch first round talent. All six of them. So Cleveland is like, I don't even want the dude that they said is good for me. I want what I want. They can pick. They can trade up and trade. They can do whatever they want. The people this draft class is filled with their needs. Imagine if Cleveland needed a quarterback. If they really needed a quarterback, they would be like, that's out of luck. This is not a quarterback draft class. It's just not. It's not in the first round, at least. But their needs have definitely been met. You get the point, man. You get the point. There are a couple of teams, Cleveland, Dallas, all of these teams that that is not quarterback hungry. They need cornerbacks or wide receivers or linemen that has multiple picks in the first round. They are like just chilling with their feet in the air, smoking a cigar. I can do what I do what I want. They're like my bosses right now. I can do what I want. I can go with him. I can go with him. I can go with him. Even if you take all three, I still got this guy right here. I do what I want. That's how they are right now, man. Like, anyway. So yeah, man. Giants get Francis Magora, one of the six top-notch tackles, and like I'm telling you, any of these dudes can be Pro Bowlers. And like they're all staying out. They're linemen in the first round. So you can't miss with that, man. Now, I'll give New York a B plus because I don't think Francis is the best one. All right. Now, like the teams are picking through them and then they're leaving like the rest. But I might be wrong. What if Francis is the top notch ones? Because if you have a choice out of five, it's kind of like playing pickup basketball. This guy, it's like the last people who are left are like not the best out of the bunch. That's what's going on right now. That's what my brain is looking at it. There's a couple of linemen have gone already. So like the ones who are remaining now are like the bottom tier. But I might be wrong because those dudes picking those GMs and they're experts. They know what they're. I mean, I know talent too. You know what I mean? But that's how I'm looking at it. You know, we don't see what they see. They like the guys who have gone already. It's for a reason. But it doesn't mean these other dudes are not great. They're the last ones left. They're the last guys. That is why I'm giving a B plus because I don't think he gets an A plus grade. Like there are already guys being picked over him. But hey, like I said, I might be wrong because Francis is that boy. I've watched him play at Miami. I just haven't watched all these other guys. So Francis might be better. They might be the exact same, but I'm just saying they have gone before him. You know what I'm saying? So I'll give it a B plus. I'll give it a B plus. New York got a young quarterback. They got a young offense. They got their receivers. They got Malik in them. Their running back. They got a young quarterback. They got a nice line. They got a you know what I'm saying. They got. Oh no, they just traded Dexter Lawrence. I don't know. Oh no, we'll see what they do, man. We'll see what they do. But B plus, protect your young quarterback. Get that offense rolling. You know what I mean? And we'll see how the Giants do now. There's another team that struggled last year. Um, we'll see. Maybe that extra little protection for that quarterback because he can play. The kid can play. We beat him, but like the kid can play. So maybe I'm telling you, man, some of these quarterbacks sometimes it's that extra little second they got, or they need that extra little protection in the middle to do their thing. They just need that one extra second to find their receivers. Who knows if that kid come out slinging it and the Giants are actually a hot, scorching hot offense. That was the New York. The New York accent came out of nowhere just now, son. Word. I got family all over New York. I just like the way they talk. It's so hilarious to me. Anyway, man, on to the next one. B plus for the Giants to protect your young quarterback. You can never lose with that. So all right, who do we have? The Miami Dolphins. Well, really, the Dallas Cowboys. So we're at pick 11 right now. This is the Cowboys pick, but remember that trade earlier with Miami? Miami is really at 11, and Dallas is at 12. But Dallas is going to trade up one spot. One spot. I didn't understand this. Well, maybe they thought Miami do need help in that secondary too. But we all knew Miami was trying to go for protection for that new quarterback that they have. The boy out of Green Bay. I'm bad with names. What is? I've seen this man's name a million times. What's his name? Whatever. The new Miami quarterback that was a backup in Green Bay for a while. Miami do need some help on that defense, though. You know what I'm saying? But we know these quarterbacks, these teams, when they get a new quarterback that they are not sure about or they got promising signs, they go protection, either protection or if they got protection, they go offensive weapon, wide receiver, running back. You got to help this new guy out. You gotta put him in a position to win. So we're all thinking offensive lineman. Maybe Dallas was a little scared. Maybe they were a little frightened. I don't know. But to trade up one spot with a team who's not interested in what you're interested in, I don't know. It's just a little whatever. But we don't know what they know. They know what they know. So Miami is really at 11, but Dallas trade with them. I mentioned the trade earlier. So Dallas gets spot 11 and Miami gets spot 12 with some incentives on the back end. And the Cowboys, man, them boys, we all knew how they were coming. All knew how they were coming. Like, same thing with Cleveland, right? Cleveland needs linemen. Dallas needs DBs. This year drafts has a lot of DBs and a lot of linemen. So Dallas and Cleveland can afford to trade back and trade and do all of this craziness. Well. Dallas just traded up, but you get what I'm saying. Like they didn't have to, but I think they got a little frightened because even though all these dudes are on the list, I mean, like we got Jamal McCoy, we got Mensah Delaney. Delaney is gone. Now that's what I think. I think Mensah Delaney, he was a cornerback, right? Right. I don't know. Maybe Dallas, man. Caleb Downs, listen. Caleb Downs is that boy, but the kid Dylan Thieneman or whatever his name is that was supposed to go to the Vikings that had us in the mock draft. I'm telling you, that dude is a ball. He's a glue to the ball, glue. But then again, Caleb Downs is like I don't know. Maybe Dallas got a little frightened, and even though it was one spot, they traded up. But my point is, there were other capable like dudes in the secondary, corners and safeties. I mean, like I'm looking at this list, like that dude Dylan Thieleman or whatever, Jamad McCoy. Well, maybe they're not sure. So Jamal McCoy, listen, he was injured all last year, but his 2024 tape, Dallas and Cleveland won this draft. Like they were just chilling and just things were just happening. But what I was saying was I think they got a little scared and they even though there's a lot of cornerbacks and safety on this, like they like this was their guy. This was their guy. Like that boy Caleb Downs was their guy as far as tackling, as far as covering, as far as everything. And they got one of the worst secondaries in the league. But I was just trying to understand why they traded up just for one player when there are capable dudes. I'm looking at these corners and the only thing I get that bro, especially that boy Dylan, he got 8 picks. That boy Dylan Thieneman or whatever, like he is a problem. I'm telling you. So I don't know why they traded up just to get. Maybe that's the guy that they wanted, but like I see other capable players, for that. But anyway, man, a little confused on that one. But even though this is an A, I'll give it an A minus because there were other capable dudes on that. But Caleb Downs, bro. Caleb Downs is. I understand why Dallas did that. I understand why he's like a linebacker that run like a he can run. He'll tackle you like a linebacker, cover like a corner. He's all over. He's one of those. Oh my god! I thought that's where we were gonna go. Us Vikings, we want defensive tackle, but like those, those roaming safeties. They're irritating. You can blitz them. They can cover. They can come on a blitz. You can just line them up everywhere. You can just do anything with them. Him and the kid, I don't know. Maybe Dallas really liked him and that's why they got him. But like that kid, Dylan Thieneman, or whatever, he's a problem, man. It's a problem. That boy Emmanuel McNeil is whatever, man. So good luck to Dallas. I hope it work out. Hopefully, this is not one of them ones that they regret, like how the Eagles passed up on Justin Jefferson. They picked Jalen Rager over Justin Jefferson. uh, that'll forever be funny. But on to the next one, man. We have the Miami Dolphins that they traded with. Let's check them out. All right, man. So for the Dolphins, this is really Dallas's spot, but they traded up. So, like I said, maybe they were scared that Miami get their DB, but Miami is not thinking about y'all. Miami mind is not even towards y'all. They got that new quarterback they're trying to protect. And now it was either listen, for Miami, it was either an edge rusher, I'm thinking, or a receiver for their quarterback or a lineman. Not even edge rusher. I was thinking offense for Miami. Like new quarterback, we need. Who is their receiver? What's the receiver that got over there in Miami? Oh, Waddle. Jalen Waddle still over there? Yeah. Jalen Waddle still play for them, right? But yeah, you get what I'm saying. More weapons or protection for your offense, which is what they did. Which is what they did. So I don't know what Dallas was like scared about. Miami ain't thinking about y'all. They went out and got Caden Proctor. See, Caden failed to them, so they definitely, you know what I'm saying? He was supposed to go way early. I think Caden was the first tackle to go, or he was supposed to go, right? No, dude from Miami was in front of him, but Caden was set to go to the Browns. And you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? That was the only one that I think Mel and them got right, and it wasn't even for the right team. It's just the right spot. It just happened to, even though they traded and all of that, but Caden Proctor at number 12 for the mock draft was set to go to Miami. No, at number 11 because they traded you know what I'm saying. So they were set to have, no, I take that back. They were set to have Francis Magua of Miami, right? But they ended up going with Caden Proctor. The Browns were supposed to go to Proctor, but then Proctor failed to them. So it is what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like one team was supposed to get this guy, but they didn't get their guy. They got a similar guy. So this other dude failed. So you're like, I'll take it. So this was going on, man. Caden was supposed to go earlier to the Browns, but they didn't pick him. They picked somebody else. He fell to Miami. So that's how it goes when you have a lot of players from the same position who are top notch. Uh, if you don't get one, you get the other one. Like Dallas and Cleveland, those teams are not struggling in this draft. They're just not. Ay, ay, ay. All right, man. On to the next one. Who do we have here? We have the LA Rams. The LA Rams, man. Miami got their protector. Dallas was scared for nothing. On to the Rams. All right, man. So you guys remember in the draft video, the Rams, we had said the Rams were gonna get a receiver, Makai Lemon. I'm still shocked. This is the shock of the draft to me. This is the shock of the draft. You can get like Makai Lemon is still available too. Like there's all the receivers are still available. We've done none but linemen. The first 12 has been linemen, DBs, linebackers, edge rushers, one quarterback. Linemen, DBs, one quarterback, receivers. Okay? You still have everybody. Like, has any receiver even gone? Cornell Tate. Cornell Tate was the only receiver that went. There was nothing but tackles, DBs, edge rushers. Cornell Tate gone. You mean to tell me out of all these receivers, I got the list right here. Cornell Tate, Jordan Tyson, Omar Cooper, like all of these dudes. You don't pick Ty Simpson? Ty Simpson. Ty Simpson wasn't even on the first round list. I'm looking at it right here. He wasn't set to go in the first round. He wasn't set to go in the first round. Why is the team? I'm looking at my first rounders here. All the first round mock. He's not here. Not here. Why would you have Matthew Stafford, who does? I mean, he's not young, but Stafford doesn't look like he's about to is over. Already like scared in case he gets injured or what. Like I understand. Well, you're trying to replace your quarterback. Like I understand. Why would you get? Like this is not 2022. You know the class of the quarterbacks with JJ and Drake May and Bo Nix and them and Jaden Daniels and them and Caleb and them. This ain't that. This is not the first round of quarterback. It's Mendoza and that's it. This dude is sitting at like 30 something. Everybody is in front of him. LA, what the like? You're Super Bowl ready. You should have been in the Super Bowl last year. The way things went. We're thinking like that team is such a completed team. Like that is one team that doesn't need anything. You probably need an extra receiver to work with Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams. Devontae Adams is older. He's on his last year of his contract. So we thought that's who you were going to bring a first rounders. I mean, look at these dudes. Look at these dudes. You passed over the boy Makai Lemon. Like you passed over Makai Lemon. You passed over Makai Lemon to get the quarterback that wasn't even supposed to go in the first round, Ty Simpson. Y'all must have like the greatest quarterback developers, huh? Like what? There are actually real talents around the league. Like you can look at how we just got Kyler for like nothing. A lot of those quarterbacks are all over the league. Look at how Arizona got Jacoby Brissett and Gardner Minshew, two capable starters in the league. Still young too. The boy Trent Richardson. Like there are quarterbacks just floating around. Even those over here. I'm mad because I'm a JJ McCarthy guy over here in Minnesota. They done got Kyler Murray over here, Mr. Short, can't see over the line and just run around. I hope this doesn't go bad for us here in Minnesota. So we have two capable. You're gonna draft Ty Simpson, who wasn't even projected to go in the first round on a team that's championship ready. Ooh, like this is not the time to like develop a quarterback. Get Makai Lemon in there, man. Another speech, another true receiver. Make him a part of that core. Bro, you share a receiver room with Devontae Adams and Puka Nakua on a Super Bowl ready team with that talent. I was 100% there. That's what they'll go. They go Ty Simpson. Should I give him an F? Should this be the first team? You get a B. I'm not giving nobody. There's no need for this. There's no need for this. Like there are other capable quarterbacks. You can like you could have got a quarterback in the third round. Quarterbacks like Aaron Rodgers and all of these were drafted in the third round. They're not first round quarterbacks. You spend your first round pick on a quarterback? How does this make sense, LA? When you I give him a D. Like you passed over McCall. I'm like this dude wasn't even supposed to go in the first round. How did he go in the middle of the first round? How? All right, man, whatever. Y'all gonna regret that. For a team with all that talent and the Super Bowl ready, y'all do this in the first round. I was super shocked. Super shocked. But anyway, whatever. That's on them. They gotta live with it. Next on the list, man, is the Baltimore Ravens. Um, let's see what they do. All right, man. Now, Baltimore, if you know Baltimore, it's the team out of the whole league that need an offensive lineman. They got their best lineman on his last year contract. They've lost a couple of linemen. They got like three linemen right now. Like three linemen. They got like no playing. They got like three linemen. That's noon. Maybe two. And their reliable lineman is on his last year of his contract. So of course Baltimore, they love it. It's just offensive linemen. It's just offensive lineman galore over here in this draft. So of course, saying that number 14, they're projected to get Spencer Fano, um, offensive lineman of Utah. But they got Olivia Eon. Watch these dudes' name. Eoin. Olivia Eoin. Guard, Penn State. So another top notch guard, man, that they're picking up, you know what I'm saying, to help Lamar exactly like we thought. So even though it wasn't the name that was down there on the list, they got their needs met. They got them a top notch guard, one of the top notch guards on the top 50 list, or one of the top five guards on the list. So you can't go wrong with that. They got their needs met. They need a protection for Lamar. They didn't get the person on the paper that we got on there, but maybe that's not even what they wanted. Maybe they wanted this guy. Maybe they got their guy. I know they got protection for Lamar, which is what they needed. So we don't got to spend a lot of time on that. In Baltimore, man, like Baltimore should have made the playoffs last year. They should have missed the playoffs by a missed field goal. So we'll see how this goes, man. Like any team Lamar Jackson is on, I'm never counting him out. That's Lamar, Mr. Multi-year MVP. Like, you know what I'm saying? So let's see what happened with the Ravens, man. They got their guard that they wanted. Um, on to the next team. We have the Tampa Bay Bucks. All right, now Tampa was supposed to get for the mock draft. We had Kenyon Sadiq. I was a little, I was a little in my mock draft. Like I said, they got receivers. They got Chris Godwin and them. I got it right here in my notes. They got McMillan. They got Amika, whoever, Tez Johnson. They got a tight end, Cade Otton. They just signed him during the offseason. Why are we signing Sadiq? It don't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. Now, they're comparing him to Vernon Davis. Now, Cade Otton is no Vernon Davis, but if you have Cade, you can get another big body tight end Because Kate is more like a receiving type. He's a smaller tight end. You can get a big blocking tight end and kind of rotate those dudes. Like you don't need a first round tight end when you just paid a tight end. You just don't like it just so my mock video. I wasn't sure. I'm like, why it doesn't make any sense that they have great receivers. They got people to throw the ball to, and you got a tight end that you just signed on a multi-year contract. Why would you draft a tight end in the first round? You need an edge rusher. And dudes like Ruben Bain Jr. What did they do? Draft Ruben Bain Jr. I'm doing my mock draft next year by myself before ESPN, before Mel Kiper. Okay? I'm more of a like I'm convinced now. I'm more of a nerd than them. This is crazy. Why would Tampa draft a receiver or why? They need a pass rusher, man. You needed somebody, not no darn tight end. You needed somebody to replace Levante David, and they did that. What is ESPN and Mel Kiper talking about? They're going to draft a tight end in the first round. No, they're not. That's not what their team needs. Well, they listen to me. They drafted a boy, Ruben Bain Jr. from the University of Miami. Oof. Hey, man. Tampa just got better. Tampa just got better. They got great receiving. The way Baker is balling right now, Baker turned the corner. I'm sorry. Baker turned the corner. Baker is exciting to watch now. Bro, they got a top-notch edge rusher. This is a team where I have no idea what's going to happen. I have no idea. There's a couple of teams I have an idea. Most teams I have an idea. This team, the Browns, there are a couple of teams I'm like, I don't know. The Jets, I don't know how this is going to turn out. As far as like what they used to be and what they are now, like what they are now. Ruben Bain Jr. on that line made the right choice. I would give him an A because I don't know what they were. This is exactly what they need. This is exactly replacing their star pass rusher. A, and he's younger, more. I think he's got more talent. Anyway, whatever. On to the next team, man. On to the next team. Who do we have? All right. Up next, we have the New York Jets. I don't know why I love doing that. Like, I don't know why. Like, so man, for the Jets, um, we had them getting Omar Cooper, wide receiver. Um, more weapons for Gino. You know what I'm saying? More weapons for Gino. But the Jets, I gotta think. I just did free agency. Who do they? Because I know they got a lot of weapons in the game. I think they gave him a receiver. Like, who does he have? Because I'm thinking receivers for them, and but they just been giving Gino. I know he got a few linemen. Anyway, whatever. This is a weapon for him now. Now, Kenyon Sadiq, this is the kid right here that's compared to Vernon Davis, right? Now he's not a receiver. I didn't see him on that Tampa offense, but I think he fits more with Gino. Okay, Tampa already had a tight end. Who is New York's tight end? Who is the Jets' tight end? So the Jets now have a legit defense. They got a legit offense now. Man, I mean, like who was the Jets tight end? They have a Vernon David capable tight end now. They got Brees Hall back there. They got Geno. Who was their receiver? I know they got a receiver with a name. It's just a different team. I'm sorry. So I could see this working out for the Jets because they don't have a tight end that we know about. Now they do. They have a Vernon David caliber tight end with a new quarterback and new weapons all over the place. That Jets team is different. This kid right here is a big body. He's compared to Vernon Davis. He's compared to Vernon Davis. I'll give it a B plus A minus. You know me. If you know me, I'm not a big tight end guy. You just got to be built for it. It's like a lot of people are not built for that tight end position. You have to be a big, fast dude, like a George Kittle. Those are my two big examples, I guess. There are other good tight ends too, like Dallas Goedert, Zach Ertz. But Kelsey and George Kittle are my prototypical tight ends. They're big, strong, and they're fast, and they're tall, big, and strong. So they can block like linemen, but they can run like receivers and catch the ball. Those are my two. When you're talking about tight ends, I just think about those two right there. Those two dudes like Gronk. Gronk was one of them. Gronk will block like a lineman and he will run routes like a receiver. He's big and fast and can block, and you know what I'm saying. But most tight ends are not like that. You got the tight ends that are big. They're better blockers and they can't really run because of their body type. And then you got the receiver type tight end who can run like a receiver. He's not little like a receiver, but he's not a great blocker. But to have a great blocker and a great receiving tight end is hard to find. It's hard to find. This dude right here, even though he's young, he has the ability to be what I'm talking about. Because he has that body and he runs like a receiver. So this might be a great pickup for the Jets, man. But don't mean to be long winded. On to the next team. We have the Detroit Kitty Cats. Oh, I hate them. All right, man. So in the mock draft, we had them getting offensive tackle Monroe Freeland. Now, they didn't get Freeland, but they got Blake Miller. Got what they needed. The protection for last year Jared Goff was just being smacked all over the place, especially against my Vikings. Oh my god. Oh my god. That second game, we beat y'all with our third string quarterback. The defense, every time Jared Goff snapped the ball, Vikings were just all in his face. Beat him, beat him twice. We should have beat Chicago twice too. Last season was such a nightmare. All right, y'all better watch my Vikings this season. The whole league, NFC North, Detroit Lions. Y'all already know how we coming. Like y'all, all this biting of kneecaps and all of this stuff. This. No more biting kneecaps. Like fight us like men. Quit trying to bite kneecaps. Like you see how we smack you off. Like stop biting kneecaps, man. But now the Lions got what they wanted. Hopefully, Jared is more because like I'm not even gonna lie to you, that team is scary. When Jared is protected, and that line of Jameer Gibbs and them boys, Amara St. Brown and them, like forget all the trash I'm talking, bro. Like when the Lions are rolling, they're hard to beat, bro. When the Lions are rolling, they're hard to beat. They got some of the best players, some of my favorite, like that safety they got. What's his name? What's my boy name, man? He is one of the hardest hitting safeties in the league. What's his name? It's one of my favorites. Him, Kevin Byard, and then they got the corner too. What's his name? Um, I'm bad with names. You know the Detroit corner that got the podcast with Pat Surtain, the boy that went to Alabama. Oh my God, like that boy. Detroit got a nice. Like I like some of their players. Like they got some of my favorite players. Crazy they're on the NFC. I hate the team. Can't stand them. Detroit Lions, Chicago Bears. Green. Don't even say the word Green Bay to me. Like don't even say the word Packers to me. Just like cussing me out. Don't say the word Packers. But now, when Detroit is hard to beat when they get rolling, like, and I hope they don't. I hope they don't. I hope y'all don't figure this out because when they figure it. Anyway, man, good luck to the Lions, man. They got my favorite running back, man. They got Jameer Gibbs. That's my favorite back in the league right now, man. Ain't nobody messing with that boy, Jameer. When Jameer hit that cut, he's out of there. Ain't no catching him. There's no catching Jameer Gibbs. So shout out to the Lions, man. Hopefully it'll work out. On to the next team. Who do we have? Oh, the grade. I'm not even grading people. Give them. Give them an A minus. You know, E plus A minus. They got what they wanted. They just didn't. They got like the fourth one because there's a lot of linemen going. You see that, right? It's a lot of linemen have gone. It's like 4 or 5 of them have gone already. So Detroit got a top-notch lineman, but they didn't get the first or second ones on the list. They got like the last, the fifth one or something like that, or the fourth one. So doesn't mean he's not A1. Doesn't mean he's not A1. He's still one of those guys that was supposed to go in the first round. So big up to them. I'll give him an A minus B plus grade. All right. All right, the next team in line. Y'all already know, man. Mine, beautiful, royal, purple and gold Minnesota Vikings. The Kings of the North. Anyway. Oh, we were supposed to get that kid Dylan Thieneman I was talking about. I did my research on this kid. It's like there's no way. Who like whoever get this kid? I think Chicago just got him right. Who just let me finish this. Like, bro, this dude is an interception machine. Jeez, he just like Caleb, just like Caleb Downs. It's just like Caleb Downs. They're all over. They're roaming around. They're running up to the line. They're running back. They're over here. They snap the ball. He's making a tackle. He's making an interception. It's like this dude is moving like Flash, and everybody else is moving regular. This is crazy. He's Flash, and everybody else is moving regular. Him and Caleb Downs. That's why I was like, Dallas, why are y'all tripping? Y'all know Dylan Thieneman is here too, right? But maybe Dallas. Sometimes these teams, these GMs, they see what they see and they want what they want. So I get you, Dallas. But this kid right here, but you know, that's who we were supposed to get. You know, because we Harrison Smith is probably gone, and we need somebody to replace him back there. But just our scheme, they went with a defensive tackle, and this dude wasn't even on the list. Caleb Bates. He wasn't even on the he wasn't even supposed to go in the first round. So just like LA, we picked somebody who wasn't even but but I trust B Flow. I trust Brian Flores. Okay. And then got me thinking though, because Javon Hargrave had a few choice words. He said that the Vikings defense don't utilize defensive linemen correctly. That's what he said. That's what he said. Is there? So I'm thinking like, was this because I was a harsh critic of Hargrave? Like, bro, you're not about to like stink up the place and then leave. You're not about to fart or do a number two and then just leave and leave the place stinking. No, you're not about to make comments over here and have people looking at our coaches or our organization. Nah, bruh. It just didn't work out for you, Mr. Hurt all the time. But hey, Hargrave got me thinking like, is that what we're doing? We just need a big, huge dude to just clog up the middle. We don't even need you to do it like just call, have the attention of two or three. Like we just need you to be super big. Just throw your body at 3 linemen and let our edge rushers do their thing. Now I know everybody. Oh, you just traded your Grenard. Man, listen, y'all don't know what we got. And Grenard was hurt a lot. Man, listen. Between Dallas Turner, that Jalen Redmond on the line, and we got this lineman now, and the edge rusher. I always forget his name. I'm so bad with names. What's the dude? Van Ginkel. We got Andrew Van Ginkel. We got the gangster coming off the edge. Mr. Interception in the flat. Stop it. Dallas Turner has emerged. We got Dallas Turner. We got Van Ginkel. We got Jalen Redmond. And we got Banks in the middle. Do y'all not forget? Do y'all not remember that Vikings defense? Do y'all have y'all forgotten the Minnesota Vikings defense? So I could understand, back there we probably didn't get Thingman, but understand the scheme and getting to the quarterback. If we can get to the quarterback, our safeties and corners don't got to do much, and we still got Murph Jr. And we still got Harry. The Hitman still has it. I want Harry. Can you come back one more year? It didn't work out last year. It wasn't a good. He retired though, right? He retired. Then he retired. Harry, come back one more year, bro. You still have it. You still have it, Harrison Smith. We need you for one more year because this is the year, bro. We got the quarterback situation situated. We got the line situated. Defense. Hey man, listen. Hey, we got Theo Jackson. We got Metellus. We got the corners. We picked up a couple more corners. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, stop that defense. I can't wait for football season. I can't wait till football season. I cannot wait. It's my Vikings, so I had to ramble. I had to ramble for my Kings. But anyway, man. On to the next one. Hey, listen. I give this just cause it's even though he wasn't, what I'm saying, listed to go in the first round. Just cause it's my team and I understand what we're doing and I understand the scheme and I trust B Flow. A plus. A plus. I am biased. It's my team. A plus. A plus. On to the next one. We have the Carolina Panthers. And if you know me, you know the Vikings is my wife. The Panthers is my girlfriend. I used to live in Charlotte, North Carolina. This was the first team I've ever liked. Okay. But I was a kid. Moved to Minnesota when I was 15 years. I used to like the Vikings when I was even down. Whenever they played the Panthers, I'm like, that's when they had Randy Moss. They had, come on, man, back in the day. I became a Vikings fan in '01. It's been a wrap since then. But shout out to Charlotte, North Carolina. Shout out to all my family, all my people down there. Every now and then I come through, say what up. I go to the Panther Stadium, you know what I'm saying? I love Charlotte, love the Queen City, stay down there. So, like, Charlotte, North Carolina is always like my second home, you know what I'm saying? All my family's down there. I grew up down there, you know what I'm saying? But listen, man, it's Minnesota for life. It's Minnesota for life. Like, it's purple and gold for life. But shout out to Charlotte. I love y'all. Let's see what the Panthers do, man. All right, man. So for the Carolina Panthers, they're set to get this kid, Emmanuel McNeil won, but in my mock video, as you guys can see, listen, I'm a fax machine. That's why I'm even doing it like this, right? I'll do the mock video so you guys can see what I said and giving my expertise and my 2 cents and all of this and disagreeing with the mock draft and letting you guys know why, or a team might go this way and why, because these are their needs. Kind of like my Vikings. We needed a safety, but then again, we needed a defensive lineman. So even though we didn't get a safety, we got that D lineman because I understand the scheme and what my team is trying to do, right? This Carolina Panthers team right here, right? I'm thinking they were going to go safety, right? Safety, to help out that defense. You know what I'm saying? And I also thought, because they don't have the boy Dabble anymore. Like, what was his name? Rico Dabble. He was a rookie, whiny. How do you trade a rookie? How does that work? Whatever. They don't have him anymore. And I was thinking, because I like their defense. They got two of them corners. Their corners are solid. Their corners remind me of New England or something. How they have those two solid corners. They got Gonzalez, and then I love New England corner. New England probably got the best cornerback combination in the league between Gonzalez and Carlton Davis. Like, them dudes are like, stop it, man. That combination, stop. That's just how the Panthers corner are. That the boy McMillan and what's the other one name? Young dude. Them Panthers gonna be in the playoffs going forward now. That young team is like, they're legit. So I'm thinking they are gonna go like top notch safety, but I don't remember their safety being bad though. I just didn't remember him being noon. I remember their corners. I remember the linebackers. I remember their run defense. I just don't remember the safety. I don't know. That was probably my brain. And like ESPN had them going that state. They had them going for Emmanuel McNeil of Toledo. So I'm like, oh yeah, they're right. You know what I'm saying? But I did question the fact that Bryce needed some weapons on offense, either a running back or receiver or something. You know what I'm saying? And I thought he got a great line. But they're going offensive tackle. You can't be mad at that. Monroe Freeland, top boy. There's a lot of linemen in this draft. Y'all see how many linemen is going in the first round, right? Y'all see how many linemen is going in the first round? It's only been 2 edge rushers, couple receivers. It's been all linemen. It's all linemen. These teams want to protect their quarterbacks. They want the offense protected. I'm telling you, ain't no telling. Linemen might start getting big money over everybody because the league always switches. Edge rushers didn't used to get top-notch money. Maybe 1 or 2 of them. Left tackles didn't used to get top-notch money. maybe one or two of them. Now every good left tackle and edge rusher is getting paid crazy. Running backs used to get big money. Running backs don't get big money anymore. Teams are going 2, 3 running backs now, and you can just get running backs are like you can just get them whenever. So they're paid less. I don't know, man. The league is changing. I remember Adrian Peterson, Jerome Bettis, dudes like all the running backs contracts used to be crazy because the league it used to be a run first, pass second type thing. And then I don't know what happened. Teams just started spreading dudes out. 5 receivers. I think Tom Brady started that. Tom Brady and Peyton Manning started that. Those Tom Brady and Peyton Manning like matchups. Oh my god. Oh my god. But yeah, man. So Carolina went with. I was a little surprised. I was a little surprised because I thought Bryce was really protected, and I thought they were gonna go to make that defense better. You know, but maybe they feel like they need to protect Bryce more. Maybe maybe I haven't paid a lot of attention to them. I just thought that line was looking solid. Or listen, they know they're players, and they do have a young quarterback that has turned the corner. Bryce finally made the playoffs last year. Maybe they're like, you know what, we want to stay here. We want to stay here. And as long as we protect Bryce, he can get us first downs. He can get us touchdowns. That kid is talented. He can throw the ball. He can run. He has figured it out. He has figured defenses out. Let's protect him. Totally understandable, man. Totally. I didn't see it coming. Maybe I wasn't paying attention. But totally, I'll give it a B. I'll give it a B because I think y'all could have won somewhere else. But that's not a bad decision to protect your young quarterback. I'll give it a B. I can't even give him an A plus because that boy Emmanuel McNeil back there, which are two solid corner, and y'all got a great defense. Bryce got weapons on the offense. Bryce got. I mean, like I don't know. I don't know. Protection is not bad, but I won't give it a top notch grade. But anyway, man, that's that for that. Um, on to the next one. We have the Philadelphia Eagles on the clock. All right, man. So we have. So Cleveland just did it again. Like I said, they're not desperate. They're not desperate. They're sitting at number 20. And what do? They trade 3 spots. Trade 3 spots with Philly. It's one of those trades I discussed earlier. So now Philly's at number 20. Cleveland is going to be at number 23. Philly's supposed to be at number 20. That's 23. That's their spot. Cleveland has number. They just swapped. Okay. For a little extra draft picks in the back. So Philly is like, oh, what? What's going on? What's happening? You mean to tell me like how? I know they're gonna get rid of AJ Brown because they should have been got rid of AJ Brown with the whole all that craziness is going on in Philly with him and the contract and but Devontae Smith and then they got Hollywood Brown. Philly is like okay, all y'all idiots, all you idiots who has passed up on this kid right here. Who's the idiot that passed up on him? Who's the team that passed up? I'm not going back. Kyle Lemon, wide receiver. USC is still available at number 20. Kyle Lemon is probably better than Cornell Tate. Probably. They're right here. Tate went early. Makai Lemon is still just hanging out. Everybody's passing over him. This is a perfect pickup. Oh my God, man. Philly, bro. They are known. They are this team they can just do what they want to do. They can just do. They'll spread you out. They have a quarterback that can run and throw. And then this dude too. They have nothing but speedsters. Hollywood Brown and Devontae Smith and then Makai Lemon on the same team. Hey man, y'all corners need to go like practice track this summer, this off season. All cornerbacks need to go run track. This is crazy. Y'all can't run with these boys. I'm sorry. Like even some of my favorite corners, like I said, that combo over there in New England, Carlton Davis and Gonzalez, bro. Like even though they are great corners, these dudes are speedsters. So when you're playing speedster, your technique got you gotta give them cushion. You got like if Jalen Hurts get any kind of real protection, when he has one extra second to pass the ball, it's a touchdown for one of these dudes. Devonta Smith gonna be open, Mekhi Lemon gonna be open, Hollywood Brown gonna be open. Somebody gonna be open. There's just too much speed. It seems unfair to have these three on the same team. It's like, oh my god, I'll give him an A. I'll give him an A. This dude is still available. Everybody else is just picking like tackles and guards. Okay. Oh my god, bro, this is a perfect pickup for them, man. But on to the next one, man. Like Philly, that's probably not even probably. That's why they traded up. They're like, hey, Cleveland don't got any receivers, and we know they need it. They got Isaiah Bond. They're taking care. They're protected Shador and his linemen. Mekhi Lemon is still available. They might get him. Hey, Cleveland, you want to trade? I'll give you like 3, 4 other draft picks later on, but I want this one right here. Maybe Cleveland's gonna take him because Cleveland needs a receiver. They've got everything figured out now, and they got all these other draft picks. They got like a couple more draft picks. So yeah, man, I understand that one. They got 23. They got 23 and 24. They traded with the Cowboys. Okay, makes sense. All right, man. On to the next one. We have the Pittsburgh Steelers. Yeah, man, sitting at 21 Pittsburgh, another team that we kind of know what they were doing. Even though we were wrong on the name, we got the position right. Now, Pittsburgh was set to get a guard, Olivage Owene or whatever, but he already went. He already went. He already went. So what did they do? Get the next available thing, tackle. Max Ihenkor, tackle, Arizona. These dudes, their names like, bro. Ihenkor. I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry if I mess up with the name. But you see what the teams are doing. We want this lineman. If we can't get this lineman, we'll take this lineman. At the end of the day, we get a lineman we get a first round lineman. If I don't get this one, I'll get this one. Both of them first round caliber talent. You know what I'm saying? So now with this right now, all that tells me is old man Rogers is coming back. All right, it's still going to be Mr. Rogers' neighborhood in Pittsburgh. All right, I don't think the age is, he's just too talented. He can still sling it. He just needed a little extra protection because in the playoffs, that was horrific in the playoffs. He looked 70 in the playoffs. Him trying to run and scramble was just like. So this makes perfect sense, man. Protect old man Rogers. That team is still that team, though. That team is still that team. Like they that regular season, they just got in the playoffs and they laid an egg, man. But I just know for sure, old man Rogers is coming back. So protect him. That was their goal. That's what we had them in the mock draft, and they did that. We just had a different name, but the name that we had down there had already gone, so they went to the next available thing. So pretty understandable. We'll see how it work out for them moving forward. But on to the next one, man. We have the LA Chargers. The Chargers. The LA Chargers is next. So for the LA Chargers, we've had them trying to get defensive tackle out of Clemson. Um, Trevor Renning, Penny, defensive tackle, Clemson. But. This right here just made that defense better. They still have, what's the boy name? Number 52. Oh my God, I'm bad with names. How did I even forget? What's his name? Drafted by Chicago, their superstar pass rusher. All right, whatever. Y'all know what I'm talking about. They got him for one more year though. He signed a 1 year. He's been there forever. They signed him for one more year. Maybe this is his replacement. But Akeem Messidor out of the University of Miami. How is Messidor still on the board? That is a top 10. Him and Ruben Bain, top 10. Okay, maybe 15. He's still on the board. There are people still on the board who should have been gone. This is a gift to the Chargers. All right? This is a gift. Now, you pair him with oh my God, how come his name hasn't come yet? You know, like if you think about it a few seconds, then the name will come, whatever you're thinking about. What's the pass rusher? You guys know, man. The pass rusher of the Chargers, drafted by Chicago. Oh, his name is right here. What the hell is whatever. You pair Messidor with that on that defense, that's like having two superstar pass rushers. Like if I was them, if it's the second round or the third round or whoever, I'm gonna get the biggest defensive lineman to just hey, it looked like that's what they're doing. The same thing my Vikings is doing. You pair up Messidor with with their superstar pass rusher, man. Whoever they're playing against, y'all need 7 linemen. You need 7 linemen to stop these two. Like for real. Definitely an A, man. I'll give him an A minus. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, he's a rookie. And he's not, you know what I'm saying? But that talent. And I think Bane Jr. is a little better. Little, but Messidor is right there. Messidor is right there. But yeah, we'll see how that work out for the chart. That's a perfect fit for them. I give him an A minus. Perfect fit for them. But we'll see how that work out, man. I was thinking, I was thinking, I was thinking protection. My thing was protection for Herbert. Even in the now this is the unique one right here. I kind of disagree with both. I disagree with the draft what they drafted, even though Messidor is. Well, maybe they probably didn't have a choice because they did get like they got like Nick Ingold, and I think they got one. They did get a lineman in free agency, and as you can see, if the linemen are like damn near gone in the first round. First through like the first 25. Like all the linemen are out of there. All of them. Or just about all of them, most of them. So the Chargers saying that 22nd is like, man, whatever. We'll get the best thing. So Messidor wasn't a bad, you know, pickup, but I'll give it a B. I'll change my mind. I'll give it a B because I think they need more protection for her. Like we saw Herbert running just all of his life. He was just running through the playoffs. Every time they hiked the ball, bro, he couldn't even really. He was just his line was bad. But uh, I did hear I did a little research, and he had some linemen injured. He had some starting linemen injured. Um, he got some Asian linemen. So I was thinking draft young. They did get Nick Ingold on there. He's a ferocious type a fullback that could help out with the blocking. And then they got an extra. I don't know. I was just thinking protect Herbert, but maybe they got that figured out. Maybe they got a plan for that, and maybe they got um they got that part figured out. Like you know what I'm saying. But I know what I saw. So this one I'm a little on it. They got an edge rusher, and they in the mock draft it said defensive tackle. Uh, I don't know if this is what the team really needed. Now, scheme wise, you pair him up with your superstar rusher. You got 2 edge rushers on both sides. That's a great scheme to get to the quarterback because you can't block both of these dudes. You just can't. Somebody got to get through. If you double team one person, somebody's going. Khalil Mack. God damn, I'm bad with names. How did I forget Khalil Mack? But yeah, you pair up Messidor with Khalil Mack. You pair him with the Mack truck. Good luck to offenses. Good luck to that line, whoever it is. So, not what I thought they needed, but I understand the scheme. Like you pair that dude up with Khalil Mack. Stop it, man. Good luck to Good luck to left tackles, right tackles, guards, running backs trying to block. Good luck. Good luck. You're gonna need it. But anyway, man, on to the next one. We have the Dallas Cowboys sitting at pick number 23. So at 23, remember that little trade that just happened? Dallas was actually at 20, but they they made that trade with Philly, and Philly when they got Makai Lemon. So, and I think they did that because it's another. They're literally in the same division. They're actually rival teams. So when I saw that, I was like, "There's no way." They have to know that they don't want anything that they want, and it makes sense. Like Dallas is not worried about. They got CD in them. They're not worried about receivers. They're worried about their defense, and they know Philly wasn't. The Philly was trying to do offense. You know what I'm saying? So trading that pick and getting extra incentives in the back end was a smart decision for Dallas, and they still got their guy. Now, Messidor and Ruben Bain are already gone, but they got another edge rusher too in the first round. There are a few edge rushers in the first round, like I said, receivers, edge rushers, like these dudes are in the first round. Cornerbacks, linemen. So they lost Mike Parsons, but we knew they were gonna replace that. So Malachi Lawrence, edge rusher, UCF. Dallas is doing their thing, man. So they get Caleb Downs to help out back there, right? Then they get Kenny Clark in that trade. Kenny Clark is no scrub. They get Kenny Clark in that trade to kind of plug up the middle. They got linemen. Then they draft an edge rusher because they traded their superstar edge rusher and they drafted an edge rusher in the first round who has the capability to be a superstar. Like, you see what they're doing? They traded that dude away, got compensated extra first round picks. Then they made a few trade moves in the first round to get them some more picks. Then they're filling the holes where they're like, I'm telling you, Caleb Downs back there, like there's no way that secondary is what it used to be. Stop it. And they got more picks. Like, bro, this is like no way. Like, now I don't know how good this dude is. I haven't watched film on everybody, but I love it, man. I love it. You guys, like I said, these are our new family members coming into our family, so we get to know them more and study them more and all of this. But he's an edge rusher out of USC, and he's going in the first round. He's a first round edge rusher. So I don't know how better Messidor and Bain and them are because they did good. They did play the national championship game. And this kid is from UCF. They didn't really go far, so maybe that's why I didn't see him. I didn't because I'm like into the players, and I'm gonna do my research on if this Dallas who they picked in the first round as they if he is it, and all the pieces that are added on that team and on that defense, if this kid is actually like effective, that defense is all right. But hey, that's a nice pick by them. I will give them a B minus because it's not the top notch edge rushers in the draft like Bain and Messidor and them dudes, but he is in the first round. He is a first round caliber edge rusher. So hey, maybe a B plus, but I'll keep it at a B minus. Hey, Dallas is fulfilling their duties. Okay, they're making it happen for their fans. Everything they're supposed to fix, they're fixing it. Even after trading back a few spots, they're still getting what they want. Them in New York, they're fixing their second. Hey, we'll see. We'll see how this plays out, but can't be mad at the pick, man. You cannot be mad at the pick. Who do we have next? Cleveland again. Cleveland got so many picks in the first round. This is their third one. How many trades did Cleveland do the last few years to have all these first round picks? Between Cleveland and Dallas and New York, Cleveland got the most. They got three. It's the third one. It's the 31. This is pick number 24. Now, Cleveland Browns was set to get cornerback out of Tennessee. Was that Holmes? Oh, Jamal McCoy. They were set to get Jamal McCoy. Now, this is the dude who sat out. He sat out all 2025. He was injured all 20, so it's a little risky in drafting him. But if you see his tape, if you see this kid 2024 tape, you will be like, disregard the 2025 season. He got hurt. Don't care. He's that talented. That's who I'm talking about. Set out all 2025 because he was injured. But if you watch his tape, 2024, 2023, 20, it's just like Mike Jordan. I shouldn't even go that far. I shouldn't say Mike. You get what I'm saying? LeBron or one of them get injured and had a bad year. When you look at his career, you like, so what? He had a bad year. I mean, so what? He was injured. So what? Steph was injured. So what? Patrick Mahomes was injured. Are you still doubting Patrick Mahomes because he had an injured season? That's what this is. That's I don't know. That's the only way I can. I'm not doubting Patrick Mahomes because he was injured last season. That's Patrick Mahomes. That's Mister Always in the AFC Championship game. Mister Always in the Super Bowl or close to it. I'm not because you had an injury season. Yeah, okay, that was an injury season. He'll be back next year, this year. Like, so that's how this kid is, man. It's like when you watch the tape, you see nothing short of a superstar. Okay. Anyway, man. But Cleveland Browns was set to get this kid right here. But Cleveland is like, hey, we good. We got linemen. We got who else? Didn't they get a? Didn't they get a? Who did they get? Who did they get? I know they got a lineman, and who else they got? They got Spencer Fano. Only one pick though, right? This is their second pick. All these teams, bro. Am I missing something? Anyway, oh yeah, that whole trade with Dallas. I thought they were gonna get. Well, not even. I thought. I take that back. Like I don't know why. Another thing they did. I don't know why they had Cleveland getting a cornerback. Even though that dude can ball, but he's a risky pick. He was injured and all of that. But I never thought that Cleveland needed corners. Like I don't know why they got corner. Don't they have Denzel Ward anymore? Or the other corner? Like you can always go with another corner. Like bro, you can. Oh, you got a corner like Denzel Ward. I mean, like another top-notch corner will be it, but like Denzel Ward can hold his own. So quarterbacks and offense is going to be focused on the other side of the field, and the defense can kind of tilt toward that way a little bit, or the safety. There are schemes you can like. I wouldn't draft another cornerback. Protect, protect Shador. Give him weapons, which is what they did. They gave him a tackle. They gave him an offensive lineman earlier. Right now, the Cleveland Browns went with KC Concepcion. That was another receiver on the list. That boy from Texas A&M. Big, fast, can catch like OMG. OMG. I don't know. Like I'm gonna keep saying it till I'm blue in the face. I'm not doing the mock draft. I'm not doing Mel's mock draft. I'm not doing ESPN mock draft. It's all speculations. They're all guessing. And I don't know. I'm more of a nerd than them. That's the job they're doing now. This is like football nerd type stuff. You have to know these teams. How can you look at Cleveland and think they're gonna go cornerback when everybody and their mother know Cleveland's only problem was on offense? The wide receiver, the only wide receiver is Isaiah Bonds, and he's this little dude. They need receivers. The only person they got a tight end. They got the boy Judy. That's it. They need a tight end. I mean, they need receivers, like real receivers. They need protection for Shador. Like it was all bad last year. And they're running back. Who's their running back? They need to fix that offense. They need to fix that offense. So I don't know what these NFL mock drafts are talking about. Cleveland problem was offense, and they're addressing it. Lineman, wide receiver. I'm doing my own mock draft next year. It's gonna come out before all these goofy mock drafts. I promise you. But congrats to Cleveland, man. Like that's why they could trade back. That's why they're not desperate because there's a long list of receivers in the first round. There is a long list of offensive linemen in the first round. So Cleveland is like sitting down, legs crossed, smoking a cigar. They're chilling. Like this, they won this draft. I give Cleveland an A. Cleveland, Dallas, certain teams get B's. You know what I'm saying? Certain teams get C's. Certain teams get D's like LA. What in the actual hell was that? But you know what? LA team is Super Bowl ready. I mean, like what they did in free agency, what they did in free agency. Oh, oh. Anyway, man, good job, nice pickup. I love it. You know what I'm saying? On to the next one. Who do we have here? Oh God, an NFC North team. Oh, yeah. We have the Chicago Bears on the clock. Bro, like, why does this keep happening to me? I know we went with Caleb Banks of all teams. Of all teams. See, they were projected to get the defensive end out of Missouri. Who was that? I don't know. I didn't write his name. I didn't put his name. Anyway, the defensive end out of they were supposed to get a defensive end. They were missing. They had them getting a defensive end to help with Montez Sweat. But what they did here makes total sense. That was my thing. Like defensive end, you just lost the boy. What was his name? Raekwon Wright or some crazy cornerback. Caleb, he had 5 picks. Kevin Byard, 7. The Chicago secondary had the most picks in the league. Both of those dudes are gone, and you're talking about some defensive end. You better fix your secondary, and that's what they did. I'm not listening to ESPN anymore. And even though I used their mock draft, I still added my 2 cents. I'm gonna rub it in until I'm blue in the face. I'm not doing this no more. This is my first year doing this. I really trust myself now and my expertise, and because that's what I'm saying. Why in the hell would Chicago get a defensive end when you're losing? You just lost Kevin Byard and the boy Reed. I'm gonna stop. Like out of everybody, they got the kid that was supposed to come to the Vikings, Dylan Thieneman or whatever, and I've been singing this dude praises. 8 picks. This man is a ball hawk. He's probably gonna be better than Kevin Byard. Getting interceptions is his thing. His head and his hands, like they're like magnets for the football. When the ball is in the air, he just goes towards it. I don't know what it is. The kid is ridiculous. I thought that's what we were gonna get. We went defensive lineman. I was I understand our scheme. Understand our scheme. But this kid, this right here, I thought, oh, that's who I'm gonna replace Harrison Smith with. This kid is it. This kid is it. Oh my God. Him and Caleb Downs that Dallas got. 2 of the best safeties. I'm sorry. I thought that's who we were gonna get, bro. To be back there to help out with Murph Jr. and the corners. Like we could plug a lineman, a defensive lineman in there. We got good edge. That's what I was thinking. We got Jalen Redmond. Now Chicago get to have this kid. Oh my God. And we gotta see them twice. We got a good one, man. Bears fans, y'all got a good one. Y'all got a good one. That kid back there, I'm telling you, he's the last line of defense. He's like nothing would get that like God damn, I hate the Bears. Y'all get Caleb Williams, my favorite rookie quarter, my favorite if you know me, you know how much I love Caleb. That dude is he's like another Michael Vick. If everything goes good, if that kid doesn't get injured, watch. He's like another Lamar, another Mike Vick. That kid, and then his arm, right, was better than Mike Vick ever was. Mike Vick arm didn't get good until he got Andy Reid. Well, no, Andy Reid was always the coach, right? You get what I'm saying. When Mike Vick, no. Andy Reid wasn't always his coach. You get what I mean? When he got out of jail and all of that craziness, that one season he had, what was that? The 2012 season where he set a record. He actually got out of jail and became a better passer. Vic stopped running a lot and was throwing like thread needles. Like what? Caleb remind me of that dude. His arm. That flick of the wrist and the ball goes 50 yards. Man, let me stop. Y'all gonna make me, I can sing Caleb praises all day. Like when it come to quarterback play, and that was a rookie. He wasn't a rookie. That was a second. He was coming in the third. So he's still a young quarterback on his rookie contract. You get what I'm saying? But like, man, they get to have this kid and they got Caleb. And I hate teams that I don't like have my favorite players, like the Detroit Lions. Why do y'all get to have uh uh what's my boy? I'm so bad with names. That's crazy. How do y'all get to have Jameer Gibbs? How? And Amon-Ra St. Brown. Ugh, I hate him. I don't like anybody on the Packers. Mike Parsons, that's my dog. Mm, I really don't like the Packers. Like anyway, man. But big up to Chicago, man. Y'all got a good one, man. Y'all got a probably future Hall of Famer. That dude is that good. He ain't even played in the league yet. I'm saying he's a probably a future Hall of Famer. Just stay healthy, man. Like what I saw in college and what I saw on tape. All right, man. So on to the next one, man. We have the Houston Texans. This is really like Buffalo got on my nerves. If you saw the video, Buffalo got on my nerves. They just kept trading back and trading back, trading with everybody. They traded themselves out of the first round to get extra picks later on. I mean, I kind of get their, I kind of get it. I get I kind of get what they're doing, but golly, how many trades y'all gonna make in the late first round? There's one of them right here. So this is really where the Bills are supposed to be, but they traded this pick to the Houston Texans, and the Bills traded this pick for Houston, trading for some back picks, and the Houston went and got guard Keelan Rutledge out of Georgia. I'm telling you, this whole first round is number guards, it's number linemen. It's linemen, and I understand this one. They got to protect. They got to protect CJ. It didn't look too good in the playoffs. Now, that was a snowy game. Okay, and I didn't really notice CJ not being protected in other games. Like I watched the Texans, I just didn't remember CJ being sacked a lot, running for his life. Maybe I'm off, but I just don't remember that. So this is kind of throwing me off. But but they did lose their left tackle. I think they traded a guard too. So their line is not what it used to. It's not the same line of last year. So I get it. I get it. I get it. I just thought about it. So even though they didn't need linemen or they didn't have any line issues, some of their line is gone and it needs to be replaced. So that first round, I get it. I got you. I got you. I got you, Houston. I got you. Because Houston got one of the best defense in the league between Houston. Like you guys remember the playoffs. Houston, Denver, New England, Seattle. Sorry. The Rams too, the fearsome foursome. All right, okay, the Rams. Oh yeah, the Rams, especially with the new additions, definitely. But those are the four best defenses to me. Denver, Houston, Denver, Houston, New England, Seattle, Minnesota, Cleveland. You know what I'm saying. But yeah, so don't really got to do much on defense. Maybe in the later rounds, but right now, protect our quarterback. And their left tackle was actually like I think he was decent, top 10 left tackle in the league. He's with the Browns now. He's with the Browns now. The Browns got their left tackle. The Browns just drafted another lineman in the first round. The Browns drafted a receiver in there. Yo, them Browns, man. Them Browns. Hey, man. I can't wait. I can't wait for the season. Who's gonna be in and out especially in that AFC? Who's gonna be in? Who's gonna be out? Like what? So what you're telling me? Mahomes is not gonna make the playoffs because Drake May and them and CJ makes the playoffs now. So Patrick Mahomes is not gonna make the playoffs. That's what you're telling me? Stop it. Or Aaron Rodgers, or like all these other dudes who didn't make the. I can't wait. I want to see this. I want to see this. But anyway, man, on to the next team. Who do we have? All right, man. So coming in at number 27 is the San Francisco 49ers. Hey, but they traded this pick though. This is the last trade. They traded this pick to the Dolphins and for a first round pick at 30 that was later on traded from the Broncos and it was later on traded to the Jets. Hey, they're doing it. They're so San Fran and the Bills are on the same thing. They're trying to leverage their first round pick, right? And trade back for like extra little early picks, let's say in the second round or something, or the third round. You know, if they had later picks, they can get a couple of extra. So I'll trade my first round pick for like a couple of second and third round, or like a couple, you know what I'm saying? As compared to if they're leveraging after they're doing exact. The Bills are overdoing it though, but it's the exact thing the Niners just did. But anyway, whatever. So this was a big San Fran pick right here, but it was traded to Miami, and the Miami Dolphins select Chris Johnson, defensive back. Now Johnson wasn't on this list of DBs, but so Banks wasn't on the first uh the guys to go in the first round that we got. And he's like, there's no way for what we need as Vikings on that team, he's perfect for the scheme. So, you know what I'm saying? Even though I didn't see this kid's name, there's Jamal McCord, there's Mansell Delaney, there's Caleb Downs, there's Dylan Thieneman, there's Emmanuel McNeil, there's Colton Hill. Like I didn't see this kid name on the list. But if he's going in the first round over like I haven't even seen Colton Hill going yet. You know, so hey. Chris Johnson, defensive back, San Diego State, goes to the Miami Dolphins to help out that unit. Like I said, new team, man. They could use some secondary help. I know they got a new quarterback and all. They're trying to build around him, but that secondary could use some help. You know, they're not what they used to be at all, not even close. So a first round corner to help out that secondary, understandable. Understandable now. The problem is he's not a recognizable name. It's not a recognizable name. I hope y'all know what y'all are doing. You're picking this kid in the first round, and he's not on the list of any top corner. And there's a couple of DBs who haven't gone yet. Y'all didn't pick Colton Hill. Y'all didn't pick the boy. Has McNeil gone? Mansell Delaney went. Jamal McCoy. McCoy hasn't gone yet. I think McCoy went. Emmanuel McNeil hasn't. Either McNeil went and McCoy hasn't gone, or McCoy has gone McNeil. But I know Colton Hill hasn't gone yet. He's on the list as a top corner. So. I hope y'all eyes are telling y'all the truth. I hope y'all eyes ain't lying to y'all. I'll give this a C plus. It's not a name that we know. He's going in the first round. It's coming out of San Diego State. It's not a top-notch school now. I hope y'all know what y'all are doing. Definitely, I'm about to go watch some tapes on him. It's just too many players, man. I've watched tapes on certain people, but not other people. Like I'm definitely gonna go check out Chris Johnson. Maybe I didn't see him on that top 50 list or whatever, but I didn't see him. I didn't even see him going in the first round. So there's a few players that we didn't think was going to go in the first round that has gone in the first round, and it kind of pushed a couple of players back. So a couple of players that's supposed to go in the first round will be going in the second round due to some, you know. So all right, we'll see how it work out. Miami definitely can use a top-notch corner, but I just don't know about this name. Hopefully they know what they're doing, and hopefully it works out. All right. But all right, man, that's it for that one. That's it for the Miami Dolphins. On to pick number 28, the New England Patriots. All right, man. Sitting here at pick number 28 is supposed to be the New England Patriot. That was a trade made. It's a Texas pick, right? No, I take that back. It's the other way around. It's supposed to be the Texans pick. That was a trade made. It's a New England Patriots pick. So, the New England Patriots select Caleb Lomu, tackle Utah. Makes all the sense in the world. Now, we didn't really see it until, we saw it in the AFC Championship game against Denver. I don't know how they beat Denver. I don't know how they beat Denver. even with Bo Nix injured, Denver should have won that game. Like I don't even want to get into it. Like they had the turnover deep in in that end zone. They had to leave for the whole game, but then it started snowing. Like how did Denver not win that game? Like how? But anyway, my point is in the Denver game, in the game against Houston, and definitely the Super Bowl, Drake May was scrambling. He was scrambling. The Patriots don't have the best offensive line. This makes total sense. Like they had the center. What's his name? He used to play for us. Like I know him. They had Garrett Bradbury as their center. Garrett Bradbury is good in run blocking. He's okay in run blocking. Pass blocking, he is terrific. I mean, he's horrific. Like because he's undersized. He's a short lineman, so he can run. He's athletic as far as like pulling on a run play or when you need to pull. Oh, he's perfect. He will pull and just blast dudes, linebackers, whoever. Pass blocking? No way. That's a hell no. So where is he? Like in Chicago now or something? He plays for them now. Oh, I can't wait. You're Chicago center now. Anyway, so this makes total sense, man, for the Pats. Get a new tackle in there, man. This kid got all kinds of, um, positive, all kinds of pluses, all kinds of positives on his resume. Just a perfect fit, man. Perfect fit for Drake May. This team is already a Super Bowl ready team. Protect your young quarterback. Drake is going into his third year. The second year, that kid got Super Bowl experience. Protect him. You see other quarterbacks up there. This kid took you to the Super Bowl in his second year. That seems impossible. After a 4-win season. After a 4-win season. Protect him. I would have got him if I can get him another lineman in the second round, whatever round, I'll do it. Because like to make the Super Bowl in your second year, like yeah, give that kid whatever he wants. Don't they need another receiver? Lineman, receiver. Like do everything you can on offense. They still have all their core pieces on defense. They still have all I can think about now is Stephon Diggs replacement, right? And extra protection for Drake. So um I will give that a B just cause it's a late first round lineman and like so many linemen is gone. So many linemen is gone. Like I don't know if they're getting the top, but he is a first rounder. He's a first rounder, so I'll give it a B. I'll give it a B. Um, but yeah, man, that's it for the Patriots. This was actually the Texans pick, but that was traded over to New England. So on to the next one. We have the Kansas City Chiefs. All right, man. So for the 29th pick of the 2026 NFL Draft, the Kansas City Chiefs, and this was actually an LA Rams spot, but they traded this pick to just go back to when I was talking about all these trades, 6 of them. This is one of them right here. Picks traded from the Rams to the Chiefs. So with this pick, the Kansas City Chiefs select defensive tackle Peter Holmes Clemson. Another one I'm like shaking my head over, you know what I'm saying? Chris Johnson, what are we doing? Or is the contract coming to an end? When you see this, and they have a superstar defensive tackle, they're either trying to help out, not even help out. I should have looked at it. Is Chris Johnson contract coming to an end or is coming he has been their superstar defensive lineman for like since forever. Or is he gone? I don't know. Like, is this the one information I'm missing? I should have Googled this. I should have Googled this. Because why in the world are we selecting a defensive tackle in the first round when we still got to fix back there? We still need a receiver for Mahomes. Why is defensive tackle our goal, our focus? Right? I have no idea. Like I know, there's no way that. So I'm missing something. I apologize. But this right here makes no sense to me at all. No, zero sense. I could see the Rams drafting a quarterback, even though I gave them a D grade. I understand that more than this. Why are we driving a defensive lineman when we have Chris John? We have a decent defensive line. Did they tear everything? Because I know they did that with the secondary. Like they literally got rid of the whole secondary. Did they get rid of the whole? Did they get rid of Chris Johnson? Did they get rid of that whole defensive line? Why are we drafting a defensive lineman in the first round? I know KC fans are gonna be like, "You dummy." Da da da. I know I'm missing some. I apologize. But right now, it makes no sense to me because you don't have a go-to receiver. You got Kelsey, but he's older. He's a tight end. He can only work the middle of the field. Like you need receivers. Who is the receiver? You don't have a safety. What do we don't have what's you got rid of three top-notch cover guys back there. You've only drafted one player. So what are we planning on doing? Like fixing that in the second and the third round? I want to see how that secondary is going to be because like this is crazy. Or maybe it's a scheme thing. They know what they're doing. If we can get a defensive tackle in here to do this and this and this, and along with Chris Johnson, they won't even have time to throw it back to. I don't know. Maybe it's a scheme thing. Just don't make sense to me. But when things don't make sense to us, it doesn't mean that it don't make sense to the franchise and their executives and those conversations that's happening behind closed doors. But just looking with my football eyes and knowing the team what they need and want, I'm not going defensive tackle. I'm just not. If I still got Chris Johnson in a decent line, like there are so many other areas. Like Patrick Mahomes need a new weapon. Like I just didn't think that was more important than fixing that secondary. But they did draft a top-notch DB. Okay, cool. You still got holes in there, but you can probably plug one or two now that you've drafted up. You know what I'm saying? That's what I was thinking. So I'm thinking receiver, or maybe in the second or the third round, you can fill up some more holes in that secondary or whatever. Everybody's not going to be Trent McDuffie. Everybody's not going to be, your safety. I'm bad with names, but he was top five. Cook, Brian Cook. Everybody's not going to be Brian Cook. You know what I'm saying? So like, you gotta draft and do what you gotta do and hope for the best or whatever. But like, I, I just didn't see defensive tackle. I did not see that. Did not see that. So I I'll give it a C. I'll give it a C minus. Even though I don't know what the hell they're doing, but they know their team. And the only thing I can think about is pairing him up with Chris Johnson so we can get to the quarterback quicker. That's the only thing I can see. Like that's the only thing I can see. Y'all ain't getting nobody, but anyway, whatever, man. C minus for that, man. C minus for that. All right, on to the next team. I might be wrong. But I'm just thinking they have way more important things to focus on than a defensive tackle. Like I just didn't. I don't know. But then again, the regular eye might look at my Vikings like, what are they doing? But I don't know. Maybe they got some brewing over there that I don't know about. But just me looking with my football eyes and it makes no sense. Makes no sense at all. But whatever. On to the next team, man. Who do we have? Oh, we're at number 30. We're at number 30. Couple more to go for the first round. So at number 30, who do we have? The Arizona Cardinals. What? That was a trade made. There was a trade made to the Jets. Oh my God, the Jets have another first round pick. Oh my God. So this was Arizona's spot via a trade from Miami to Denver. And then there was another trade to the Jets. All of these trades. So like I don't be trying to I don't want to say in a weird way I confuse my people. Like just it'll be like one trade. Go from this team to this team to this team to this team. By the time they get here, everybody's confused. It's the trade from the Jets through the Broncos by the Vikings. Like what? Like how did it start? How is it? But it gets a little confusing. But it's simple. It's like when this is for you, you can do whatever with it. You can trade it with this person, and when they get it, they can do whatever with it. So sometimes one pick gets traded down the line, down the line, down, and then you got to keep up with everybody is going to and from, and then you got to keep up with the compensation. So over here, we got a fourth and a fifth round pick for this trade, and then a this and this, but they're taking this and trading this over here, and over here has got a different value than this guy over here, and over here is yours now, but you want to trade it to this guy so you can get a different value for like more picks down the line. It's so trying to keep up with a pick that has been traded a few times. It'll just talking about it. If you say it right, it'll just confuse everybody. So I'm gonna try to. That's the best way I can simplify it. So sometimes when we're talking about these picks, that's what happened. They've gone from team to team to team to team, and a lot of times, especially these first round picks, the Bills the Bills were notorious for it this draft. They would take one pick and just kick it down the line. They would just kick it out. They would have a pick from somebody else, and it was all their picks they got traded. They traded everything. Everything they got was traded for more. It gets a little confusing, man. But yeah, so this is going on. Number 30. So this was Arizona trade. Uh, they got with Miami, and Miami had got from Denver. So it's Arizona, and then Arizona traded it to the Jets. And then the incentive. It's all like I said earlier in this video. There's always some back incentives, some a fourth round or a fifth round or whatever. All this that's going on in the first round when teams trade is to get extra picks in later rounds because the first round is the most important. If you trade in the first round, that's because you want some later on picks later. Those are desperate teams that don't have a lot of draft capital. But when you got draft capital, like the Dallas Cowboy or like Cleveland, you could trade up and give up some later on picks because you don't care. You want the best of the best, and you got your eyes set on. So I don't mean to be long winded. It's just when these picks get passed down, the language get a little confused. It's like, where did it come from, and where is it going, and where is it at right now, and what's all the things associated with it, and all all the incentives, and yeah, whatever. Anyway, sorry to be long winded. So basically, this is a Jets pick that they got from the Cardinals through a trade. And the Jets have another. The Jets have 3 first round picks. Now that's a team that had a lot of draft capitals. They can afford to lose some later on round pick. They don't care. Them dudes trying to win right now. They're trying to win right now. The Jets don't got all kinds of. Well, who they get? Didn't they get like a lineman and a receiver? Should I go down? Who did the Jets? The Jets got who they wanted. They got weapons for. I remember they got weapons for. I know they got a lineman for Gino. Who else they got? They got one of them linebackers, right? Reese. 1 second, man. The Jets won this draft. I'm sorry. Let me see this one more time. Yeah, they got David Bailey at number two. Oh, the Giants have a few picks too. The Giants got Arvell Reese. The Jets they got Kenyon Sadiq, the tight end, and then they got a lineman. Yeah, man. The Jets and the Giants. The Giants got their lineman. They got Arvell Reese. The Giants did. The Jets got David Bailey. Oh my God, these New York teams. These New York teams trying to do something. These New York teams trying to do something. OMG. Anyway, man. Yo, these New York teams. So it was the Jets and the Giants who got Reese and Bailey. And then the Jets got a lineman. The Giants got a lineman. And then the Jets now again here at number 30, we're getting a receiver. Ain't no way the Jets is the same team. So you get extra protection for your quarterback. You get a first round pick receiver for him, and then you get one of the best edge rushers. Like I thought Reese was supposed to go. No, New York got Reese. David Bailey, two of the best. Two of the best. You got Bailey. You got Bailey. You got Daniel Hunter type of dude, and you got a first round receiver, and then a first round lineman for your quarterback. Man, golly, man. Oh my God, they got Minka Fitzpatrick back there. Oh my God, and I forgot they got the tight end. They got the boy Kenyon Sadiq, who's compared to Vernon Davis. Get the Am I missing something? But that was in free agency that beefed up that line. So I'm looking at the draft. But no, so they only had 2 picks in the first round. But in free agency, they got some linemen for Geno, and then they just gave him. So they gave him a Vernon Davis caliber tight end. So they gave him a first round tight end, a first round receiver, gave him some protection in free agency, and Arvell Reese. I mean David Bailey, a top notch edge rusher, linebacker. That is not even close to the same team anymore. And then they have an actual quarterback. That's been the Jets' problem this whole time. They, anyway, man. On to the next one, man. Like that Jets team is not going to be the same. Like Geno is not close to the same quarterback. They're not going to be the same. Imagine the Jets making the play. Who are they going to kick out? I'm telling you, between the Jets and the Browns, they're looking good. But then again, that playoff race in the AFC is like, come on, man. Them new teams that made the playoffs, like you think Houston is trying to give up a spot, and they went far too. Houston, between those teams with the young quarterbacks, Houston, New England, Denver. I don't see them getting out. But then again, what are you saying? Josh Allen won't make the playoffs? Are you saying Patrick Mahomes won't be in the playoffs? Trevor Lawrence, that team look like they're going to be in the playoffs every year. Who's going to be out? Lamar's going to be out again? Lamar Jackson is going to be out? Stop it. Lamar shouldn't have even been out of the playoffs last year. And then I'm looking at these new teams. The way the Jets are looking, the way Cleveland is looking, who's in, who's out in the AFC. This is crazy. Like, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous. OMG. All right, man. On to the next one, man. We have the Tennessee Titans on the clock. This is really a New England pick. Uh, all of these trades, man. All of these trade. This is a trade between the Patriots and and Tennessee. I discussed it earlier. Wait, no, this was all the Bills doing. This was one of those picks that the Bills traded, and then it got traded, and this was the Patriots spot. But there was a trade between the Patriots and the Titans, and I don't mean to confuse y'all. Remember what I was saying earlier about confusing? This is one of those trades that got passed down, passed down, passed down. Dealing with the Bills in this first round, everything just got traded, 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 traded. So this one right here, sitting at 31. Um, this was a trade between the Patriots and the Bills, but the Bills traded this pick that they got from the Patriots to the Titans. See what I'm saying? They traded with the Patriots, right? The pick they got from the Patriots, they traded to the Titans. That's how the Titans are here. This is New England's spot that got traded to Buffalo, and Buffalo traded that spot to the Titans. It's just trade and trade and trade. It's the same spot that's getting passed around for extra incentives. It's weird. But anyway, man, for the 31st pick, Tennessee Titans select Keldrick Falk, defensive end, Auburn. Tennessee, you know what I'm saying? They've helped out their young quarterback. You know, they've given him some protection. Let me go. Let me take a quick little look because I know they helped out. They helped out Cam. As a matter of fact, they did. Cam got the first. He got the third pick, right, the fourth pick, and they got Cornell Tate for him. And I think that was the only draft pick, right? Or was there any protection for him? Nope, that was the only draft pick. They didn't have a lot of draft capital. They did have that fourth spot. Now I think, not even I think, there was rumors all around the league coming out of Tennessee. They had their eyes set on Jeremiah Love. Jeremiah Love and Cam Newton back there. But Arizona surprised everybody. Didn't go edge rusher. Didn't go. They surprised everybody. They got a great backfield. They have James Conner. They got Tyler Algier. So getting Jeremiah Love didn't really make sense, but that's what they did. So it kind of threw us off. It threw Tennessee off. It threw everybody off. So I think they just kind of went with Cornell Tate. I don't think Tennessee wanted Tate. I think they were like, well, the guy that we wanted is gone. So who's the next available thing on offense? You know? And they went with Tate. But so I guess this is their next pick in line, you know. So I guess they had they did give a little help to their quarterback, and in free agency they picked up some linemen. We'll see what they do in the remaining rounds. This is just the first round, but yeah, man, they got defensive end Keldrick Falk. Um, they did trade their defensive end. What's his face? What's his name? That Johnson dude. They traded him away. Yeah. So they need a defensive end because they traded their defensive end away for a defensive. Well, or did they trade? Yeah, they traded their defensive end away. I'm trying to think who they traded it to. I remember I remember doing it in free agency. They traded his name was Johnson, something Johnson. So anyway, they're trying to replace their defensive end, which makes sense. You know what I mean? They got Simmons on that defensive line. They got so a defensive end to help out that interior rush does sound, you know what I mean? But it's this later pick, and it makes sense if that team needs help everywhere, and this is what they're going with. I'll give them a beat because they're like they suck, bro. Tennessee is trash. Like last, they were one of these teams. Like I think they did they win 2 games? Them and the Jets. I don't even think that did they win 2 games. Like one of the what them, the Jets, the Browns. Not the Browns won a couple games, right? There were a few teams that like that's what I'm saying. The drafts make teams look like they're going to the Super regular season come. Then you be like, oh, I forgot. I forgot who this is. You know what I'm saying? So like, hopefully it works out. They know their team. There are all kinds of holes on that team. But hey, you got a first round receiver to help out. They got a true number one receiver, and then Cornell Tate is over there. You do have a second year Cam Ward, University of Miami. If you know me, that's my favorite team. So I've actually watched Cam Ward play. It's a great quarterback. There's a reason why he went that high. You know what I'm saying? He just needs some repetition. He just need a. This is his second year. Certain things are familiar. So after receiver, you know what I'm saying? Defensive end to put pressure on the opposing quarterback to give Cam the ball back. So I think that's how they're thinking, and I think they're addressing those positions, and then we're gonna address everything else. But first thing first. But I think they really had their eyes on Jeremiah Love, man. Like that would have just gave this offense a whole different look, a different dynamic. Like having Cam and Jeremiah back there, stop it. So I don't know. Arizona was like, oh hell no, that dude is way too good to give up. Because Jeremiah Love was like the only running back in like the top 20. He's like the only running back. I think it's like one or two other running backs in this whole first round. In the whole first round. Like, there's not a lot of running backs. There's edge rushers, there's linemen, there's defensive backs, and wide receivers. Not running backs. It's wide receivers, edge rushers, defensive backs. Wide receivers, linemen, edge rushers, defensive backs. That's who swallowed up this first round. It was one running back, Jeremiah Love, one quarterback. Well, the Rams took somebody who wasn't even supposed to be in the first round, but you get what I'm saying. So, you know, We'll see. I'm just excited. I just want to see because I know all these teams that were trash. They just like there's no way Tennessee is not a better team. There's no way Cleveland is not a better team. There's no way the Giants is not a better team. Like that whole AFC, who's gonna make the playoffs? I can't wait. This has been the most anticipated season. This season coming up as far back as I can remember. Because of these. Who's gonna make the playoffs in the AFC? Who's gonna put who? I want to see it. You mean to tell me these young upcoming quarterbacks is gonna keep Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson out of the playoffs? Is that what you're telling me? Is that what you're telling me? Drake May and Bo Nix and them are gonna keep Lamar and them out? But then again, like those young boys I saw play last year, y'all ain't keeping them out either. Like y'all ain't keeping CJ and those teams, their teams have great defenses. Y'all are not keeping CJ Texans. Y'all are not keeping Bulls Broncos. Y'all are not keeping Drake's Patriots out of the playoffs. So who's in, who's out? Who? Somebody please, like for the love of God, this is crazy. I cannot wait for this season. All right, man. Anyway, let me stop yapping. I love the game. We live for this game, man. We love the game, man. It's what we live for, man. We live for the game, Tony. Anyway, man, on to the next one, man. Who do we have here? For the 32nd pick, Seattle was like, forget y'all. We ain't trading with nobody. We ain't doing nothing. We won the Super Bowl. We ain't trading back. We ain't trading front. We ain't going back and forth and back and forth. We're right here. We're the Super Bowl champs. We're gonna keep our spot. We don't want no trades. Seattle's being bougie right now. We're the champions. We don't want to do business with nobody. We're gonna run this back. And what do they do? Jerian Price, running back, Notre Dame. You know what that is, right? You know what that is, right? You remember that duo, Kenneth Walker and Charbonnet? They have to run it back in the first round. Yo, that boy Charbonnet is more than Kenneth Walker. Listen. Kenneth Walker shined in the Super Bowl, right? But if you watch their season, their run, Charbonnet was it. Charbonnet was the leading. Kenneth Walker was it, but he didn't have a better season than Charbonnet. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, bro. I gotta go look at the numbers. That dude Charbonnet was it, running all over boys, fam. Stiff army running, just trucking boys. They're trying to replicate that. Bring another high power first round running back. This running back duo works with us. And then they re-sign the boy Shaheed. He's Mr. Speedy Gonzalez coming out the backfield. Man, he's more of a receiver. You can use him like Percy Harvin. You can line him up in the back. He's a kick returner. He's a receiver. Oh my God. That Seattle offense. They figured it out. They figured it out. They kept Sam and built around him. Sam, we miss you here in Minnesota, okay? We miss you. Hey, why did we let Sam go? Hey man, listen, we got our new quarterbacks. We got to ride with them. Whatever. But yeah, man, this is the first round. Sorry to be long winded, sorry to talk too much, but we love this game. We live for this is what we live for. This is what we live for, man. Like and subscribe. Come to the channel. Tell that one nerd to tell another nerd. Bring all the nerds here. Subscribe, man. This is our channel. This is the football nerd. Listen. Check out the comparing different era series. I just started talking about the different Pro Bowls and the different eras. Like people keep saying dudes these days are softer and the guys back in the day. I'm like comparing linebackers from the 80s and the 90s and the 2000s who are tougher, who are more skillful, who are more like, you know what I'm saying? Who talk the most trash? Who like, bro. Because the young dudes, the new school is like, man, we got more skills. They weren't playing football back in the day. There were all those penalties. And you even hear in the NBA too, like it's this clash of who's better, what generation was, you know what I'm saying? Check out that series, man. Please check it out. Check it out. Check me out talking about the players in the 90s and the 80s. Even the Pro Bowls, how the Pro Bowl were different. Listen, back in the day, like I remember Pro Bowl games, it used to be a little competitive. The AFC wanted to beat the NFC. Now it's like flag football and everybody's scared of getting injured and I understand. We got all kind of rules in the NFL now, and then we got the old school dudes like, oh, these dudes are soft. These dudes are soft, man. Every little hit is a penalty now. And then you got the new dudes are like, that's not football to be like committing fouls and hitting dudes in the head and fighting. Play real football with just skills. So both sides has a point. You got the old school dudes telling the young dudes they're soft. You got the young dudes telling the old school dudes it wasn't all skills. Who's right? Who's wrong? Let me stop. Let me stop. Let me stop. And that's just one series. That's just one series. Like we're not even talking. Like listen, listen, listen. That's just Pro Bowlers. We're not even talking about position players. Were the receivers in the '80s better than the receivers in the '90s? Better than the receivers now? Huh? Your TOs were they better than your Jerry Rices? And were they better than like who do we have now? Like your Justin Jeffersons? How about the corners? How about these defensive ends? How about dudes like Refrigerator Perry and like were the pass rushers of the past, were the defensive linemen of the past, were Lawrence Taylor and them more ferocious than the guys now? Than like the Fearsome Foursome or like the Bosa brothers? Who's it? Who's better? Has the game been getting better, or has it just stayed the same? Or has the talent level gone down? We're comparing eras, man. The different eras, the different ages. Like, listen, man, I love talking about stuff like that. Like just comparing the different eras, comp- talking about the players, just the rules of the game, the way the game was played at a certain time as compared to now, the different players, the way it was played, the like. Let me not get into this. I can just keep going and keep going and keep going and talk about quarterbacks who are the best audible calling quarterbacks, who had the best arms, who were the best scrambling quarterbacks, who were the toughest quarterbacks. I mean, like you're talking about dudes who were losing teeth, dudes who would take hits and get right back up, dudes who refused to stay injured, as compared to dudes who got hit a couple times, they were out of there. Like I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna stop. I'm a football nerd. I told you guys. All right, whatever. But I'll catch you guys later, man. I appreciate you for being here with me. Like, subscribe, share, tell other nerds, okay, to gather. This is our spot. This is our channel. This is our stuff. It's only gonna get better, man. Help your boy get to 500. Let's get to 500 at least, and then we're gonna have a campaign to get to 1,000. Listen, there's great, great content coming out. Y'all don't even know what's coming. Like, y'all don't even know what's coming. This is just the draft. This is one of our holidays. We got new family members coming in. Okay, now we get to talk about how we are as a family. We got training camp coming out. We got OTAs coming out. All these dudes has to be implemented into the team, and we got y'all. Log in. I'm gonna give you the report card, how they're getting along with the team, how they're fitting in. Is he a good fit? Like, is he actually catching a ball? Is this edge rusher who was it in college? How is he looking in OTAs? Is he promising? Do we got anything? Who's getting into fights with their teammates? Who's a great guy? Cause they all are like all of these first round dudes. It all don't transcend into the NFL. Like everybody is this top notch players now. No, no. Some players drafted in the first round are bust. Some players drafted in the second and the third round start making Pro Bowls. It's crazy. But if you're drafted in the first round, you obviously are talented, and you usually go somewhere. But there's a lot of first round busts in the league's history. So come through, like I mean, I'm over here for your little news and your daily, weekly league news going in. We're in the off season, going into the season. Log in, check in with your boy. I got you. I got you. I got you. Coming here with football nerd mail, FN mail, aka football nerd mail, FN mail, whatever you want to call me. The real mail that you should be looking at as far as a mock draft, okay? Not the other mail. This mail got all the intel, okay? Starting next year, I'm telling y'all, I called it. Who was going to win the Super Bowl in the middle of the season? I'm like, oh yeah, it's gonna be Seattle because it was another. It was not another team like it. Now the Rams give them a run for their money, but I called it. You're talking to a football wizard. I speak things into existence. But anyway, man, this first round was exciting. I'm there's more draft, but once it go past the second round, it's less talented. Now. Sometimes that second round have first round talent. That second round be having first round talent, but I'm gonna keep you guys posted on everything. But I just had to go through the first round, all of these trades and everything the teams are doing, and for the most part, every team did what they wanted. Every team got their needs met. You know what I mean? Except like what was what was that from the Rams? Like, bro, you don't get another decent corner or something. You get a quarterback though you don't even need it. Anywho, I'll catch you guys later, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to all my people. Shout out to all my supporters. Like I said, subscribe. Like the videos, Support your boy. This is what I do. This is what I do, man. This is what I want to do. This is what I'm good at. Like, I be snooping around. I'm all in these NFL teams' business. I might as well be in their locker room. I'm all in their business. I want to know what's happening, what's going on. Y'all wait until football season. Y'all wait until OTAs. Wait until like y'all gonna be like, this dude is a nerd. Like, how do you get all this information? What do you like related to Tom Pelissero on them? How do you know all of this stuff? Just watch. Just watch. But man, I'll catch you guys later, man. Skull, baby.